What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Team Gap Silver League. You've got Chris Crewman on the cast tonight. Joining me is Gitano. We're bringing you a best of three tonight between Team Gap Silver Green and Team Gap Silver Gray. Gitano, how are you feeling tonight, my man?
Doing great. How about you?
Doing quite well as well. I'm looking forward to some spicy action tonight. We've already got quite a lot of trash talk going in the in client lobby here, so I'm excited to see these players put their mouses where their keyboards are, as it were. But Gitano, I'm interested to hear who you think is the player to watch tonight. Both of these teams, particularly Team Green, I think, has sort of a history of performing well here in the Team Gap League. But in your opinion, where should we be looking tonight to see the most action on Summoner's Rift?
I think the bot lane, the most trash talk I've seen is from them, as well as that's kind of been a pivotal point of everything. Between starting up Dragon, grabbing those Rift Scuttles, wards as well. There's a whole bunch of areas that bot lane can be your anchor. Usually mid, unless you're going to play something crazy aggressive, is going to be that wet noodle fight. Same as top lane, but we've been surprised before and can't wait to see a level one shenanigans as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just gonna have to wait and see. These silver games, anything could happen, right? You always got to
Yes.
be ready for some silliness. So it should be a fun one. Absolutely, you're definitely looking forward to it. I think the team should be ready to jump on into champs, so like pretty shortly. I do have the spectator link ready to go here whenever they are ready. Gitano, if you would like to inform them to go ahead whenever the teams are ready. The casters are as well. But just in terms of meta, we're kind of in a little bit of a wild west right now here, Gitano. Just because of the world's patches, Riot has really buffed a whole lot of champions, and there are just assassins in the jungle. There are mages and support and bruisers, and there's AD carries in the top lane. I don't know what's going on anymore, man.
Yeah, it's a little bit of craziness of everything. Headed towards the world. That's kind of what it is. This last patch, we saw a whole bunch of buffs, not too many nerfs, and definitely in Silver League, it's how you play with that champion more than what you play. Just because something's not meta doesn't mean you can't pull it out and carry with it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What are some of your favorite spicy picks that you've seen so far this season, Good
Oh, we saw Friday Kindred mid that went
Okay.
crazy insane, and it kind of just ran through the entire game without being in check.
Yeah, that Kindred mid, once Kindred in general actually, when Kindred gets fed, the scaling with the passive there is pretty insane, pretty hard to fight against. If the Kindred is snowballing, so that's definitely a good one, definitely a spicy one there. The Kindred mid, as a jungler and a Kindred player, I always personally prefer to see Kindred in the jungle, but the mid lane Kindred is definitely spicier. Can't deny that.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of teeter totter. If you get, an early mark, a kill, jungler comes in and you start to apply that pressure, then it's great. But on the other side too, if you are not able to get those marks right away, if they have range to kind of poke you out, then it starts to become this reverse snowball where you start seeing yourself, maybe in 20 or 30 minutes, you'll start to really hit your power spike rather than that first 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. But you said we're not really going to be watching mid here, Gitano. What gives? You said the spiciest picks are in mid lane, but we shouldn't be watching there this game. Are the bot lanes for green and gray here just aggressive?
I think they're going to be hungry for it. Like I said, definitely in chat, they know each other pretty well. They've scrimmed. We're just now it's pressure's on. So I mean, anyone can pull out something spicy from anywhere, and that's what I love to see. Whether it be silver, gold, or plat. Just pulling out that pocket pick that you've practiced, you've seen, but no one's really experienced.
Well, Gitano, we are on into Champion Select here. We do have the first couple of bands coming through. Hecarim and LeBlanc so far taken off the table by the side of it looks like we got Team Gray, Checkmate Gray. They're going to be on blue side here for game number one. And I Dream of Memes, Team Green. They're going to be taking up positions over here on the red side. So the side of Team Gray, they've banned out the Hecarim and the LeBlanc Vayne taken off the table by the side of Team Green. See what else they decide to round out this ban phase with.
Jace as well. That's one of those spicy picks too, and they're hovering that Zoe. Dream of Memes going at that Christmas color right now. That good old red and green. We've talked about that before on the stream, so can't wait to see what Christmas power. If they have, the Santa Claus, the Oriana, hopefully they can grab some stuff there. The Hack Room Band I always love to see because the first stream that I did, more feet equals more win. It was confirmed. So unfortunately, we're not going to see that here today.
Yeah, I mean there are still some four-legged options available. There's the Lilia. Some other things potentially as well. So we can't rule out the extra legs just yet. But it
True.
looks like the last ban is going to be the new champion here. I guess Vex is enabled here, the Team Gap League, is she not?
She's not actually. That is for an E sub. They lost one
Yes,
ban.
yes. Thank you, Gitano, for the
Yes.
reminder there. Yes, I Dream of Memes. They do have a substitution tonight. So as a result, they did miss out on a ban. The Vex ban there is just for show. They really did not have the option of banning out anything else. Looks like it's going to be the set locked in for first pick here for the side of Team Gray. What do you think about that first pick, Gitano?
Set I've played against them, and it's definitely one of those. If you don't have the micro and lane to be able to dodge everything, it's going to be a punishing lane. I was really surprised not to see Aurelia banned. Usually, in every single game, we've seen Aurelia taken off the board, unless something really pushes forward. So, great start. Set's an all-around great pick. Um, we'll see if they pick both support and bot lane here, or if they decide to grab something top to counter the set.
It is going to be the Leona and the Volibear. So Volibear, a little bit of a flex pick, of course, could go into either the jungle or the mid lane, or the top lane, excuse me, into the set there.
Could be the mid.
We can't rule it out, right? It's possible, but I do expect the Volibear to be going potentially towards the top lane there. I don't know if the matchup into set is really that great. I mean, set pretty much beats all melee champions in a 1v1 up there. But we'll see. Where do you think the Volibear is going?
I'm guessing towards the jungle. I've played that set versus Volibear on both ends, and it rarely comes out in Volibear's favor. But there is a chance that you do get a couple early ganks, you do get ahead. Set has no option but to come to you, and it gets very, very weird. Hovering the Twitch, that might be a spicy jungle pick. We'll see what ends up happening here. Oh, last minute switch to Vlad.
You got baited. It was the
Love to see
Vladimir.
it.
The Vladimir and the Ezreal here for Team Grey to round out their first pick phase. So most likely the mid laner and the marksman. So missing jungler and support still for Team Grey. Dream of Memes. They got to decide what to round this one out with. They probably want to pick either AD or mid here to keep that Volibear flex alive. See what they want to go for. The Kaisa. Strong pairing with the Leona. Not necessarily a very strong lane, but definitely some strong synergy as we get in towards the mid game there. Leona able to set up the Kaisa all-ins very, very easily.
Yeah, and definitely with the scaling, a little bit of AP as well for her, so it opens up that flex as well as mid if you want an AD. Looks like a brawling fest already. Nothing too crazy. We'll see what they determine to ban now, whether that be supports, jungles. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Looks like a past ban there for Team Green. Did I see that correctly there? Seemed like they passed up. Oh, we got in-client chat here. Apparently, that was meant to be a Teemo ban. We just had some technical difficulties on the web browser side of things. But apparently, that is a Teemo ban to start out the second round of bans for Team Green here. So, interesting. I
Yes.
guess. Aatrox taken off the table by the side of Team Grey. Looks like we got the Morgana being potentially removed here as well.
Yeah, I've seen Teemos run a team down, especially with those, AP scaling of the mushrooms. You hit one and there goes a third of your life, and you're, scared to move at all. Someone could be definitely playing something spicy there. So
I
good
knew.
Morgana band as well, just because if you're gonna have definitely that, go-in team, you don't want to have that counter engage option.
Very true. Yes, the Morgana is a very strong answer to things like the set that just kind of want to kind of run at you and, punch you in the face. Morgana is going to prevent that punch from CCing you for any kind of duration, which is going to feel pretty nice for the side of Team Green. But we are finishing up with the bans here. Looks like the last ban for Team Gray in our first game here is going to be the Twisted Fate. So they don't want to see that going into the hands of Primus in the mid lane there. Oh, Acadian is the mid laner, I guess. Excuse me, guys.
I do like the Nocturne pick here. It is one of those that is super meta, super strong, but it also depends on your team comp here. If you can get level 6 early, find those nice, mid lane if as soon as he crushes the pool, set extending over. And on the other side of Checkmate here, definitely grabbing those deep wards and making sure that, you have that vision on the Nocturne at all times.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing that I really like about the Nocturne here, Gitano, it can also really help to set up nicely for the Kai'Sa. Both of them have long-range ultimates where you can kind of engage from very far away, and they can follow up off of each other, basically. And Kai'Sa does have to wait for the fear to come through from the Nocturne before the plasma can be procced there. But still, could be a pretty strong combo here. It looks like the side of Team Gray, they've rounded out their composition here with the Viego and the Ornn. So Ornn and Set both on the squad here. Looks like Set is going to be flexing down there into the support position, Gitano. And we've got the Forge God in the top lane for Ade Zens.
And rounding out the final one, the Azir. Love the Azir pick. You can definitely disengage or engage with a good Shreem, a shuffle. And on the other side, like you just stated, said if he is flexing in that bot lane, very interesting pick, especially into the Leona Kai'Sa. I think it will do just fine. But I think this one will definitely, team comp wise, looks like it's going to be a great game and definitely a brawler.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I always like to start in the early game here, Gitano. Do you think either one of these squads is going to be going for any kind of level 1 shenanigans?
You can never tell because it's always one of those, especially when I do cast with people, they always talk about it, but rarely ever do. For the team comps, I could definitely see, both sides have that CC potential. But once again, it's that teeter-totter effect. Do you, try to go in early and then, potentially lose that jungle pressure? If you set Nocturne behind, he doesn't get level 6, a minute or two behind Viego, and then that's, not the greatest. So it depends on how they feel. It'd be great if they did, but I don't expect them to.
Fair enough. We will just have to wait and see what they decide to opt for. There is a little bit of scaling on both sides. I think you mentioned already there, Gitano, with Vladimir and the Azir in the mid lane, both going to be looking to scale up towards the mid and later portions when they can really, get a couple of items and start to get that damage online. So, maybe we want to opt out of the early game brawls, but I think, like you said, we can hope for some action in the early game.
Impure fools.
Set up for both of these guys with the Set and the Leona supports. Both of these guys like to brawl relatively early on. So we'll just
Yeah, definitely the first, I'd say 5 to 7 minutes will definitely kind of tell the tale of how this is going to go. We've seen a whole bunch of game supports, start getting their vision score around that 100 at 30-minute mark, which is great, kind of setting up their team for success. Junglers, if they can have that synergy with mid or top, trying to grab those scuttles and, pinching those other junglers. So we'll see what kind of synergies these team can come out with and who's going to take the early active aggression.
It looks like the Set is being hovered actually for top lane here. Do you think we got Ornn going somewhere else here, Gitano? What's going on here?
I think it's definitely going to be in the bot lane if it wasn't a mixed click, so I don't think it was, for what I've seen. He does have the pop-up with his E, especially, he can stop Leona's tracks as well. Ultimate being able to knock up 2 and kind of sustain in his lane just because he can upgrade his own items. For the roam factor, it's not going to be as great as some other ones. But needless to say, it could be a lane bully and a pocket pick, and it'd be great.
I mean, I will say I definitely do like the set matchup into Volibear a lot better. I think 8 Zen's is gonna have a much better time in lane
Your
up
worst
there
decisions
on
will haunt
Boss
you.
as opposed to the Ornn. But yeah, the Ornn support, that's a new one for me. Never seen that one before. So I'm definitely interested to see how that goes down there. Uh, so yeah, I mean, what do we make of this bot lane now? If it is indeed the Ornn support into the Kai'Sa Leona lane, how is this one gonna play out here? Because Kai'Sa traditionally, right, is not a very strong laner, but when you're laning against Ezreal Ornn, like, come on.
Yeah, I think both. Bot lane they do get that mid game spike, so that early lane phase. I don't think they're gonna go for anything cheeky, and I might have to be swallowing my words here when I said bot lane was to be the one looking at. I'm might have to change unfortunately to that top and jungle here as they're gonna be really good matchups here. The Volibear, I'm hoping he plays safe early. Set will push in, look for the Nocturne gank, but Viego you can't ever count him out, especially in a fight with the resets. He was not touched, I believe, recently with those patches. And then mid lane, I've played on both sides of Vlad and Azir. Azir definitely having that range advantage, being able to poke Vladimir out. So it'll also be interesting to see what kind of runes and masteries everyone took as well.
Definitely, definitely. That said Volibear matchup, it definitely seems like it could snowball extremely hard either way. I do think the set should be favored, but Volibear also extremely strong in the early game, so if he does manage to get ahead somehow, I could see him flipping that one right on its head.
Yeah, and you hate to see when the top lane goes rampage and now you have to send the resources. I've seen in many games before where you have, an Aurelia fed, a Fiora fed, a Nasus fed, and now all of a sudden it's 12 minutes in, they've given up tower, and now you either have to send your full bot lane, giving up dragons, giving up prio. There's a whole bunch of things that could go wrong for you. So it's good to see them play safe if they can.
Yeah, definitely. We've talked about the top lane and the bot lane a fair amount now. What about the mid lane here, Gitano, Vladimir Azir, both scaling, of course, which we did mention already. Do you think potentially some jungler intervention
For
could bring
sure.
some spiciness into the mid lane here?
Yes, as soon as Vladimir blows that pool, it's all bets are off. Usually we'll probably see a gank here, probably at that level 6, especially for Nocturne. Viego a little bit, but Azir's pretty safe as far as the shuffling away. So it depends how he uses his sand soldiers, and then Vladimir on their side, just trying to keep that sustain up and not blowing pool too early.
Definitely. We do have a couple of minutes left on the spectator delay here still, guys. Hopefully there's a mod in chat. Did we start the prediction? We got some Gamba going on in Twitch chat over there.
I have too many points, and I don't want to lose them, but for the sake of the stream, I must. Um, who are you putting your money on?
Well, I am hosting the stream, so I unfortunately cannot have my web browser open, or it will cause some nonsense to happen. So,
I'll be able to. I'll do it for you.
yeah,
You tell
thank
me
you,
what
thank you,
you
appreciate it.
want to what you want to bet and how much,
I
and as
mean,
long as I don't have to break the bank, I'll go for it.
I'd put my points on green, man. Get 50 on green for me.
50 on green. I'll throw in an extra zero. We'll do 500
Okay.
on green. Gray, nothing against you. Unfortunately,
I
I
mean,
I was told
it's
what to do. My hands are tied.
it is
Passing the blame along.
if we just go by the standings here, Gitano, Gray is slightly down. Team Green right now they're sitting at 12 wins, and Gray only at 10. So Gray, slightly favored just in if we go by the numbers here. But you never know. There's a reason we play the games. Maybe Team Gray, they can, if they actually 2-0 Green tonight, would they not be actually tied then for first place?
I believe so.
I think
Yes.
that would be how that works. Yeah. So Team Gray, there is a lot to play for here. As we only have 10 seconds left on the spectator delay, guys, we are about to get on into game.
And predictions are live. You can go ahead and throw in your votes whenever you'd like.
Game 1 tonight. I Dream of Memes versus Checkmate. It's a battle between a couple of teams towards the top of the table here. Should be an exciting one. We've got the orange support coming through here. So a lot of spiciness here to watch out for.
Nice skins coming out though. The Elderwood Azir, I haven't seen that for a little bit. Captain Volibear, looking great as always. Uh, I have not seen that Viego skin yet, so that'll be interesting to see. Or that Cosmo. There's a lot of great skins here. But unfortunately, no one won the skin game. They both were missing one, so I can't put my skin to win on, especially one person.
Hopefully my League client source is functional here.
Well, yep. See as soon as it loads in the game if it'll jump in.
Usually it'll bring up a loading screen as well, so I'm a little bit concerned.
Uh-oh. I do see that Nocturne does not have masteries as I'm looking here, so that would cause for a
No master
not
spam?
concern, but no mastery to spam. So if everyone's going to be flexing, fortunately Nocturne's
Oh man.
not gonna be having any of it.
Okay, here we go. Looks like we're up on the stream now. That's looking good.
Perfect.
But yeah, no skin, no mastery for Arsenic on the Nocturne here. That is indeed a little bit concerning, but as we kind of look over the runes here and the summoner spells, is there anything else catching your eye right now, Gitano?
Um, oh boy, everything looks pretty well as it should. I'm
Halo
wondering to
Blades on
see.
the Azir is a little bit
Yes,
interesting. That's definitely more
looking
of an
at
early
that.
game selection for Acadian there.
I'm a big fan of the electrocute. You definitely get those three proc offs with people that are not as mobile, like Vladimir. Really good in lane to kind of sustain you through and poke him out early. There is the ignite on the Vlad, kind of going for a little bit of an earlier approach, and TP on the other side for that Azir.
Okay, Gitano, we're gonna pause at the beginning here. You ready? Are you in game right now?
I'm in game.
Okay, what time are you at right now?
I'm at 7 seconds.
Let's pause at 15, okay?
All right.
Alright, let me know when you're there.
I'll count you down on 3 when I'm there. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alrighty. 19, 20, 21.
Correct. Yep. We are
Nice.
good to go.
Alright, let's see what we have got here. Looks
The
like
spice coming out.
players, they're moving towards the bottom side. It's not exactly... It is a 5-stack, actually, for the side of I Dream of Memes. Let me see if they can catch anybody out down here. We have 4 members of Team Grey answering them. But 4 is very much not 5. So they're not going to want to opt in here. That's the Zenith Blade going forward. Now you see me. This first blood already fizzed everywhere. Is going to do just that as he picks up the first blood here in game number 1.
Crazy start, but you love to see it. And that is going for the Kaisa. That'll definitely help the spot lane early.
That is definitely huge. That Kaisa Leona lane is going to be extremely threatening now. They did stop the recall. Fizzed everywhere. Not able to spend that money just yet. Could actually be quite significant for the first few minutes here. Looks like he might go back anyways. We'll miss the first wave if he does complete this recall. Dean's not going to let him do it. There's the Mystic shot. And fizzed. He's actually not feeling so great.
Yeah, down just a little bit here. Definitely not the start you want to see after getting the first blood, but, you know, what can you do? We'll take a look here after that 5 and 10 minute mark and see where all the CS is. Kaisa just taking a little bit of poke. I am getting that bugged screen where some of the champions are invisible, unfortunately, so I will try to do the best I can. Right now it's a 1v2 bot lane I see without the Leona. If she does get hit, I see something.
There, I promise.
Top lane here, pretty subtle, but Vladimir getting poked out.
on Meraki here, he is in a very significant location. He just went for a very cheeky invade into Arsenic's jungle to go for that red buff, but unfortunately for him, Arsenic started on that red buff, so Viego not going to be able to find anything there, just waste a little bit of time wandering into the enemy jungle, does not get anything for it. The Nocturne is going to have a little bit... Oh, fizzed everywhere. No, he's ignited. Oh, the flash forward. Dean picks up the kill. Evens it up 1-1 down here in bot lane. Primus, he's trying to escape now with a knockup from the Ornn. One more Mystic Shot will do it. Dean nails it. And he's 2-0 now on the Ezreal.
Bot lane really coming through for me. I'm going to have to bite my tongue again, and I'm going back on what I say. I got no idea what's happening on top lane. A little bit of
a lot of damage onto Set there as well. That's that early dueling power of the Volibear really coming through for Windward Ocean right now, but the wave will crash. Zan's able to pick that one up underneath the tower. But the side of Team Grey, they're fighting back very strong right now in this early game.
Yeah, nice 4-2 comeback right now. That Ornn pick looking great right now. Ezreal with the 2-0 start and already has that, that 150 bounty on his head. So a really good start from them. Top lane, yeah, that Volibear looks like it's going to be a just fine pick here, especially with that grasp. We'll be grabbing the health back from all the trades. Mid lane, just kind of a poke fest a little bit for Azir, but we probably won't see anything too crazy here until junglers decide to come in and help.
Yeah, I do expect that to be the case. Both Azir and Vladimir can play pretty safely when they want to. No flash on Now You See Me, which is significant, but he'll have it back in just a minute or two. And we'll be much safer at that point. But yeah, I love your mention about the Volibear up here. The Grasp of the Undying Rune really does seem to be doing a lot of work for him in the early minutes here, able to sustain quite nicely up there in that match against the Set. Now you see me getting poked out a little bit here in mid lane, but he's going to be doing okay. He's got the wave coming into him here. He's getting pretty low, though. His ear poke with the Halo Blades here is definitely hurting a little bit. Vladimir, that's an attempted engage from Acadian. Did get the pool cooldown.
Yeah, with the Ignite, this would definitely be one of those lanes where Vlad has to be very careful about when he does want to CS, but just because he's running the teleport, still don't count him out for having that kill pressure. First Dragon will be Mountain, it looks like here, spawning shortly. So we'll see what kind of Soul does.
Knockup for Warlord down here. That's Kaisa, extremely low already. Arcane chip forward. He's ignited. He's dead. Fist everywhere. Just got obliterated by this Ezreal Ornn combo. Now Primus, he's just a dead Leona walking. Double kill for the Ornn support. And Warlord just has no mercy for this Team Green bottom side.
Yeah, this is not the start you want to see. 8-2 already. Ezreal gonna go back with a really nice buy here. First Dragon as well. I'm sure they'll be looking towards that right now. Skills tipping a little bit. CS is the same. Kills definitely making it uneven, but later game that all goes out the window. Looks like top lane here. We're getting a little bit of a skirmish.
A bit of a brawl. Yep. Still Haymaker available for AD Zen's. Throws it out now. Windward Ocean does have the W stacked up. He's looking for that grasp proc right now. Does get the W off. AD Zen's able to back off underneath the tower there. But I have to believe that Volibear would have won that extended fight, considering the fact that Set already used all the cooldowns.
Yep. Next Dragon here coming up for the fire, and then we will either have wind or ocean for the soul point. Rift also coming up here in the next 2 minutes. So we'll see if anyone makes that a priority. CS for the jungle pretty much looks the same right now. Top lane getting a little bit of a gap here. And mid lane as well, starting to pull away just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Acadian with about a 10 CS advantage in that mid lane right now. Does have that. We do have that one death on Now You See Me so far from a little bit earlier on.
So if you are green right now, what are your strategies to get back into this game?
Well, your bot lane's not doing so good. You definitely need Nocturne to get to level 6, and Azir pretty much just wants to scale as well. You could play through the Volibear, but that's Primus going in with the Zenith Blade. Warlord is trying to disengage with the Bellows Breath there. Primus did take a couple of tower shots. It's pretty low HP on the Leona now. Ezreal should be able to make it back to lane in time to catch this cannon wave. Primus and Fizz, they're able to continue farming at least. It's actually a pretty significant CS advantage for the Kai'Sa down here, despite the fact that they've given over 2 double kills. Oh, that's another knock-up. Oh, flashing away. The arcane shift over the wall. Primus in some trouble once again. Oh, he's going down. Oh, no, the shutdown goes over to Leona. The Leona damage in the early game here is too much for Dean to handle on the Ezreal. It's going to be 2 shutdowns going over to the side of the Team Green bottom lane. Right as I was worried about them, they managed to turn the tables, and they are once again in a position of power down here on this bottom side.
Yep, that is exactly what they need, and that CS lead will grow a little bit. Nice shutdowns going both for the support and the AD carry. You'd love to see it on the AD carry, but ultimately, you know, you'll definitely take what you can get.
You got one of them.
Yep, 1-1.
Oh, that's a flash
Zero coming out.
with the shuffle, trying to get away from this. Viego does have the E, trying to dash away underneath the tower. The flash forward into the Heartbreaker, and Viego finishes the kill. On return, that's a return. The paranoia. Oh, and actually the tower finishes off the Viego on Moraki, deciding to go for the possession while taking tower shots. Not really how you want to play that one. And it does end up being an advantaged play, 2 for 1, Team Green in the mid lane.
Yeah, a little overzealous play, but, you know, you take what you can. Volibear.
Going with the ultimate now, but shorted it a little bit. Does not manage to land the E. Here comes the Facebreaker from the set. Going for the Showstopper in now. Trying to finish off this Haymaker in the wrong direction, though. And that means Volibear with the Grasp proc. He's getting back so much HP right now, Gitano. It is as he's trying to run away. He's trying to get back to his tower, but there's the stun and there's the claw. And Set's going down. It's Volibear with his first kill of the game.
They did not listen to the park ranger. Do not feed the bears, and they are paying the price for it. Azir trying to push up as well, kind of forcing that jungler to come up. Looks like Nocturne will be looking for something bottom. Won't have that ultimate.
Primus is going in. He's trying to peel for his ADC right now. Backing off now underneath the tower. We have jungler in the area. Oh, the knock-up from Warlord. It forces the flash away. Kai'Sa staying alive in the jungle there. Now Warlord is a little bit overextended. He will be going down. D now ignited. He's trying to escape. No Zenith Blade available. Primus cannot continue the chase. And look at this. The reinforcements have arrived. Vladimir and Viego are here. Stun cannot quite connect. It looks like these Team Green members will be safe. Only the 1 kill onto the orange support for now. As the side of Team Green, they've pulled ahead. They're sitting at about a 2,000 gold advantage right now.
Yeah, these teams are definitely going to go back and forth, neck and neck, trading blows all game as they can. Major CS lead going up here in the middle lane. Vladimir just trying to find something here, but here comes Viego.
That was the flash out of Acadian. He sees Viego over the wall now, does manage to dodge out from that stun going through from the Viego here. Get some nice return damage out on Moraki, retreating back into his jungle and be able to heal up no problem. That game was unsuccessful. Acadian playing it pretty well here, all things considered. Does have that nice CS lead, as you just mentioned, Gitano. Now, the top laners continue to duel. Here comes the paranoia now. We've got a 2v1 situation. The Haymaker does get out a lot of damage, but the side is in some trouble still here. The Showstopper trying to get some damage back, and he is able to trade 1 for 1. 8 Zens in the top lane. Doing some set things there. Able to get a lot of damage out and makes the best out of a bad situation. Nice pool from Now You See Me. Able to predict that soldier forward into the shuffle that Acadian was going for. Oh, Dean maybe in some trouble here. Going for the True Shot Barrage, but he's going to get locked up by the Leona here. And that's another kill for Fizz everywhere. Here comes the Solar Flare and another stun onto Warlord. And the Ezreal Orin lane, they started off so strong, Gitano, but now Kai'Sa has 4 kills.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is a huge pendulum swing back in their favor. 4-2-1 now, and now the bounty on Kai'Sa's head. Definitely going to get some scaling. I actually might have to restart because I can't see items or half the people right now, so okay. Give me 1 moment.
We are having the second dragon of the game started up right now by the side of I Dream of Memes. Looks like there's not going to be a whole lot of contesting done by the side of Team Grey right now, so we will be tying up that dragon count 1-1
Red team has slain
Rift
the
Herald
dragon.
is going to be the trade, presumably, assuming Diego can finish off this big purple crab here. He does have his top laner rotating down, but we got the teleport coming down. Now, Windward Ocean has something to say about this. Shelly's down to about 3,500 HP. Here comes the Stormbringer. We've got the stun down onto the set. He's going for the Facebreaker, Haymaker combo, but I don't know if he's got the damage to get a kill back this time. And there's the Claw once again. It's going to be Nocturne and Kaisa getting paid here. And the blue buff is going to be going over to the side of Team Green as well. They're starting to pull ahead very strongly right now here in game number 1, Gitano. They were able to secure that dragon. They're going to be able to pick up this Rift Herald as well, getting everything on the map right now. And top side and bot side of Team Grey seem to be falling apart a little bit. At least the Ezreal Ornn lane down here, they are going to be able to pick up this bot lane tier 1, and it is actually the first turn of the game. They're able to pick up all 5 turn plates there. Oh, the Forge God, can he get the knock-up? He can. That's another Mystic Shot coming down. The Crewman Shuffle trying to buy himself a little bit more space. Mystic Shot doesn't quite have the distance. Acadian is going to be able to walk away. But that is good from Dean and Warlord. They're able to trade back, cross-map away from the Rift Herald play. They're able to pick up that first turret, which is really kind of what you want, you know, when you do go for that Rift Herald. It's everywhere. He is trying to auto-attack the set right now, but it's not going to work out for him. He is going to get shut down. Not really sure what Kaisa was doing all the way up in the lane there by herself, while Leona was on the opposite side of the map. A little bit unlucky, I suppose. But
I did reload in. What time are you at to make sure we are on the same one here?
13:45, 46, 47.
48, 49. All right, perfect. I might be a half second behind, but I am back and actually see items and people rather than the shadows and ghosts of Christmas past.
There's that Christmas analogy again.
I'm ready for it. I know I shouldn't say it, but I'm ready for the snow, ready for winter. Brace yourself, winter is coming.
Winter is coming. That's definitely what Team Green are saying to Team Gray right now. They, you know, the gold lead was closed a little bit when that bot lane tier went low. We got a fight breaking out here. Acadian is going to get stunned up by the Viego, but he has the dash. He's getting underneath the tower now, but Heartbreaker's available. He's going to go for it. Acadian's getting stunned up underneath the tower. A couple of shots coming through. One more. 88 Zen's not going to go down. Has the Haymaker, giving himself that little bit of shield to stay safe. A nice kill on the top side to the side of Team Grey. They're able to get a little bit more gold back here. But that mid lane tier 1 is actually going to be going down. Fist Everywhere going to be able to pick up himself up some more gold on the Kaisa. Paranoia now onto the Ezreal. Dean flashing away, trying to stay alive. The Slurp Flare does get the slow 2-shot. Barrage is not going to do a whole lot of anything as Arsenic Fox picks up number 4 on the Nocturne.
Yeah, just a slam fest the entire time here. Gotta love it. Good to see the action.
Vladimir, oh, that was really dirty. Fizzed Everywhere just had no counterplay. Once again, Kaisa just up a little bit too far in the lane with no support. That's a couple of freebies now given over by the Team Green 80 carry.
Yeah, you got everyone kind of dipping in the pool right now, just, you know, flexing their muscles a little bit and trying to hold down this game. Volibear, the only one left without a death. We'll see what happens here. We do have 1 minute 30 or 20 seconds for that dragon. We'll see if they opt to give or to fight, depending on where everyone is here.
Definitely will be an interesting prospect here. It is going to be Ocean Soul for game number 1. Both of these teams really are going to want that nice permanent regenerative buff. Only one can take it. Both these teams, they scale pretty equally, as I think we discussed already. So these team fights around the dragons are going to be critical as we move further forward into the game here, deciding who is going to be getting the advantage. As Kaisa, once again, Fist Everywhere, he's trying to get the kill. He is able to pick that one up in the enemy jungle. Had support from Leona this time. Just called the Scorecard, able to get the knock-up onto Windward Ocean. The Volibear has enough HP. He's going to get himself underneath the tier 2 to safety. Acadian pushing very far up here in top lane. That was a nice kill by Fist Everywhere here. Still not worried about playing aggressively. That's the Paranoia going straight in as Arsenic Fox. He's got Leona on the back side on the flank angle. Warlord is going to be going down first here. And Dean now finds himself in the middle of 4. He is going to get picked up by Kaisa. 7 and 4 now for Fist Everywhere. He is really getting a lot done right now in this one.
Yeah, trying to push and grab that volley bear shutdown. Unfortunately, overstaying a little bit too far. Good use of the paranoia and good rotations there by I Dream of Memes. Dragon going over. Um, Definitely not a soul point threat yet, where they still can give one if they need to. But definitely need to start either slowing down the pace, start warding up, and start to figure out, what exactly they need to do is start tipping those scales back in their balance.
Yeah, absolutely. We are getting into some potentially dire straits here for the side of Team Gray. The gold lead
Oh,
is
they
once
are getting
again
pinched.
extending a little bit here. Team Green, yeah, Kaisa fizzed everywhere once again here. Finds himself in a sticky situation. He is going to be able to dodge out on the Ornn for now, flashing away from the knockup, staying alive. Oh, the Ornn W wore off. Oh, he cannot dodge away from the True Shot Barrage, and it will be Ornn. Warlord on the Ornn picks up the shutdown. Primus now maybe in some trouble. Heartbreaker is just now coming off of cooldown for on Moriki. Don't know if that one would have worked out if he wanted to go for it. But regardless, Primus will survive. Only Kaisa going down there.
Yeah, that was a really good try to escape right there. Good use of flash, dodging out of everything, but unfortunately, Orange just be able to gap close right there. Does use the ignite, and the Ezreal definitely clipping at that very edge. Just pushes it that much further. We do have Scuttle coming up here in 30 seconds. We'll see if somebody tries to take that before the madness of Baron comes out. Um, it looks to be a fairly even game, even though a little bit of a goal difference, 4K. I would definitely not count anyone out if they did get caught out.
Primus an aggressive move here, looking for the Solar Flare. Can't find it though, nor the Zenith Blade afterwards. Kaisa up here on the top side, just gonna catch top wave for now. That was Leona Ultimate traded for Vladimir Pool. Definitely advantage for Team Gray here. Kaisa able to clear out this wave, prevent that tier 1 from going down. Top laner is continuing to do battle in bot lane now. Set and showing a lot of respect to Windward Ocean at this point. As we got a fight breaking out here. That's a fear coming down. That's a lot of damage. Tries to go for the Heartbreaker, but on Morik, he will not be able to fight his way out. And here is the play onto 8A Zen's now, going for the Haymaker. He's going to flash away. He's trying to stay alive. The flash forward into the Stormbringer. Windward Ocean picks up the kill. Not fist everywhere. Oh, he's able to trade one back. I thought he was just going to die, but he's able to kill off the Ezreal first. Then the Paranoia. Actually, Kaisa got both of those kills somehow. I don't know how she killed Ornn after she died, but she did. And now it's going to be a Nocturne. Arsenic Fox picking up another one for himself here. 6-1-5 on the Nocturne. What a game for the Team Green jungler.
Yeah, that was the unofficial Fanta Ace as we've quoted it here. Really good use, jungle pick, Nocturne, exactly the reason why he is banned out a lot of these games, just for the utility, for your ult usage, gap closing and whatnot. A lot of good synergy, team communication, really good picks there coming out from I Dream of Meme.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just continuing to use the power of this long range engage from the Nocturne to such great effect. Primus able to find so many nice flank angles, finding so many good fights for the squad here. They were not able to take the Baron there, obviously. It was a little ambitious, that particular call. But
I think if all four would have been there, they possibly could have done it. It was just the tanking portion that they could not control. Ooh, Kaisa getting some really good poke.
Oh, he's trying to fight back. He's using the E to go back in, but the flash forward. Now you see me had the flash available and fizzed everywhere. Didn't respect it. He's going to be going down here. He has the most kills on his team, but he also has by far the most deaths. This AD carry needs to play a little bit safer in order to, help his team close this one out a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, just that, 1 second turn was enough for Vladimir to be like, all right, you don't have anything else, I'm coming for you. Dragon coming up here in less than a minute. We'll see if Checkmate decides to try to fight this, or if they're going to send more resources topside and just try to push and get tower.
Well, they just had their front... Their front line was just taking the top lane in tier 1, so not really near the dragon right now. As Acadia finds himself on the wrong side of the rift. Here comes the True Shot Barrage, able to dodge away from it. Is Azir out of there? He's got a 2v2 now on the top side. That's a fear coming down onto the Ornn, trying to go with the call for the Forge God, but he sends it the wrong way. And that's going to be a couple of kills going over to the side of Team Green. Meanwhile, the Vladimir ultimate, that is going to be one traded back. Now you see me able to find one cross map there, but still 2-for-1 positive play for Team Green, and they're on to the Baron.
Definitely a worthwhile trade there. Good job by Nocturne also. Seeing that Volibear needed a little bit of help top lane, and unfortunately Set and Orange just not getting they're definitely getting the stick and not the carrot at this point. They are looking to smash down Dragon here super quickly. We'll see if they can join no Nocturne ult, and Dragon will be going over. Not the worst thing in the world, but definitely could have been soul point next. Leona still hungry and looking for it here. Not sure if she did spot out Vladimir. Doesn't look like they did.
Well, it did end up being that Baron for Dragon trade there for Team Green that they opted in for. So we're going to have to see what they're able to get done with this Baron buff here, Gitano. What do you think should be the play for Team Green in order to make the most out of that previous or prior decision?
I'd almost do a 1-3 and then stick Nocturne between those two lanes. He's got level 2, so he can definitely gap close quite a bit further. Volibear's not going to have a great answer for a 1v. No one's going to be able to 1v1 him efficiently. And then with their Zir.
Right now is Primus, but he's got a lot of members of Team Grey to answer him right now. Kaisa is trying to get some damage up, but Leona's getting extremely low. Heartbreaker forward, that's the first kill going over to Team Grey. Now Kaisa on the retreat, flashing forward. Amurki looking for it, lands the Zenith of the blade. Kaisa's locked up, going for the Heartbreaker now, with the flash away into the blast cone. Fizzed everywhere, trying to escape still. Oh, he's going for the wolves. Kaisa, what are you doing? Showstopper's going back in now. The Stormbringer, Seth's going with the Haymaker. He's trying to take these tower shots up. That's a kill onto the Viego. Oh, it's an explosive teamfight between the towers right now for Team Grey. These Baron buffs, they overstepped a little bit on the side of Team Grey. They end up getting aced. They were able to pick up a couple of those kills, but just over chasing for the Kaisa there ends up costing them very big. They're going to be losing so much for this Gitano.
So many things happen there on both sides. A really good pickoff coming out, and then on the back end of that, overextending for the Kaisa, and then, like you just stated, also taking those tower shots. Good job by Azir, focusing in that fight as well as a whole team. But yeah, definitely not the way you want it to go after a really good catch out, losing 2 inhibitors and potentially, a game-ending decision here.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of tragedy there for Team Checkmate. They checkmated themselves a little bit with that one. Not really sure what they were thinking going so deep when you know that the enemy team already has Baron. You lose that fight, that's so risky. You know that they're going to be able to take your base afterwards. That's exactly what happened. Only bot lane, has any structures remaining for the side of Team Grey right now here in game number 1. I do expect a rotation down here from all of these Team Green members. Try and pressure those last defenses of their opponents.
No objectives up here for 2 minutes, so definitely one of those where you just kind of let them boa constricted themselves out. You have top lane pushing, you have mid lane. Go bot lane as 5, make them force. Are you going to fight us, or are you going to give up part of your base?
We do see, most of these members down here. Warlord on the Ornn going for a little bit of a deep scouting mission here. He is very much behind enemy lines, as that is going to be Viego getting a little bit caught out here. Zenith Blade connects, Fist everywhere, has plenty of damage. He is just going to completely obliterate that Viego. Now you see me trying to continue. They're turning onto Leona. They will be able to take out Primus, but Kaisa continuing to dish out the DPS, able to pick up a kill onto the enemy mid laner. Dodges away from the Mystic Shot and the Acathian Rain. That ISO damage from the Kaisa was just too much. Dean goes down once again here. Fizz everywhere is just doing a little bit of BMing here. He knows. Oh! Well played, AD Zenz. Able to get a kill back onto the BMing AD. Fizz everywhere really was asking to die there. I'm glad 8A Zenz was able to fulfill his wish. But of course, the set did end up going down as well. It's going to be the Nexus turrets now under fire. One Nexus turret going down. There's the shuffle back. Viego never stood a chance. It's going to be game 1 for the dreamers of memes.
Wow, what a womp fest all the way around there. Definitely some sway back and forth, but that last 5 minutes definitely kind of tells the tale. Yeah, the AD super strong here. Just a little bit of positioning. But other than that, let's take a look at the damage charts as well. Ezreal on that side definitely carrying with that 18, and then on the other side we had Azir and Kaisa, both in the low 20s. So really good play by everyone. Just that last 5 minutes, didn't quite go the way that they wanted for Gray.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear what went wrong, right? They were slowly losing up until the point that they decided to lose very quickly. So you know, maybe don't do that next time. Uh, but yeah, well played by Team Green. Definitely, they played the map better. Absolutely, they used the Nocturne extremely well. And, you know, Azir had some great ultimates in there as well. Kaisa Leona lane, while they did play extremely aggressively, it basically worked out for him. So, props.
Yeah, definitely probably Nocturne looking at the ban choice here. Um, I think the Volibear set matchup went really, really well. And honestly, it was a back and forth slugfest for quite a bit, so I didn't see any problems there. And then bot lane was just back and forth as much as they could. Viego, definitely some really good resets. They did have some good catch ups, but like you stated too, just a little bit of overextension caused it to be, unfortunately, the game when the other enemy team had Baron.
Yeah, that definitely did seem to be the turning point. You know, Dean and Warlords, I think it's worth mentioning that they did have a very strong start. I think they started off the lane 4-0 actually for that Ezreal Ornn
Correct.
bot lane, but they were not able to keep it up. And Fizzed Everywhere and Primus were able to come back very strong, able to outplay in a couple of key situations. But, guys, I think we are going to probably step away for a couple of minutes here while the teams get ready for the second game. So don't go anywhere. We're going to have game 2 of tonight's best of 3 coming at you very soon. See if Team Grey can come back. It's going to be a quick 2-0 for I Dream of Memes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the follow, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A soul ray of the few who rise up high, and we all fight at the last rise.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to have Game 2 coming at you all very shortly here. The teams are almost ready. But Gitano, before we get into this second champ select here, I want to get your thoughts. Do you expect there to be significant changes here in the draft phase for our second game?
Yeah, I believe they're definitely going to ban out that Nocturne. Um, Bot lane as well might get a little bit of attention. Leona did run their team a little ragged there, so we'll see if they just plan to counter that and leave that up. Um, Otherwise, you know, definitely both the game swung both ways, so I don't feel there should be a super hard mental reset, but there should be a little bit of a don't throw caution to the wind so early.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just kind of a general question to get a feel for what Team Gray should be focusing on here. But do you feel like the reason? Do you feel like we can pinpoint the reason that they lost as primarily draft based or gameplay based?
I think it was definitely gameplay faced. Draft looked really great. You saw them have the advantage in that bot lane, but weren't able to capitalize off of that. Start sending your jungler down there, really start to pressure, taper off, that Kai'Sa as much as you can, because we saw as soon as that mid to late game hit, she just destroyed. Vladimir and that Azir is definitely get overzealous. Pick a lane, beat on it until it's a dead horse, and then, start to snowball through that.
Well, absolutely. We will just have to see here if the teams are able to capitalize on those game plans. We do have some draft links in the lobby here. Casters are ready whenever you guys are. Should be getting into that champ select phase very shortly.
I'll get your take. What do you think I Dream of Meme should be going for this game too? What kind of comp, what mental state, what should be their approach?
Well, my kind of thoughts after that first game, Gitano, it seemed like the longer that the game went, the more favored the side of Team Green ended up being. So actually, if I was them, I wouldn't mind seeing them just go for straight scaling. Like, you opted into, a little bit of early game with the Volibear last time. The Leona is pretty strong early game. Leona is just kind of strong in general, so I definitely am. I'm not saying to go away from the Leona, but just in general, I feel like Team Green, if they just go like as much scaling as possible, then they should be pretty heavily favored.
Yeah. So we'll see what draft comes up here. Looks like we are waiting just for a hot second here. I'm not sure if they do have any bans that won't be taken accounted for, as Vex was banned out. I'm not sure if that played a part of it or they just kind of ran out of bans. But it didn't look like it affected them too much in the game there.
Well, Vex is not allowed, you said, right? Vex
True.
is not
Yes, they
eligible.
lost that ban, so then they weren't able to ban other champion, but it didn't hinder them for that play. Same side, red and blue. So they won't be switching. We won't be confused. The last time we had a team of red, they were on blue side, and then you have to say red side, blue side, but blue's actually red, and all the colors are going out.
Yeah, I mean, they almost broke up your Christmas theme, Gitano. That would have been tragic.
Exactly. If they would have done that, I would have had to write a strongly worded letter.
But thankfully, they didn't do that to us. We are going to be on the same sides here for Game 2. Team Gray, once again, on the blue side, Team Green on the red. So we'll see, what if that means that there will not be significant changes in the draft phase, considering the fact that the side of Team Gray should select to stay on the same side. Maybe they want to repeat a very similar strategy and just play it better, perhaps. Could potentially be the game plan, but we'll see here.
Yeah, I don't think there should be, too much difference. I think both these teams are going to go for a wombo combo, team heavy impact. There's no problem with doing that, but once your team loses that portion of it, then it's very tough to go back and forth on it. So it's definitely once you get snowballed, it's great, but the other side, you're kind of be lackluster thereof. First ban, we will see what they'll be looking for. I'm sure the Nocturne and Leona will be uh, one of the first three bands here, and we'll see what they opt to go with.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested also. It was my impression after that first game. In my opinion, I do still think that Set should be favored in that matchup against Volibear. It seemed to
Yes.
me like Windward Ocean was just kind of outplaying AD Zen's up there a little bit during the laning phase. So I'm curious what that top lane matchup is going to be looking like this time around. What kind of adaptations we see if Windward Ocean is indeed again able to come out with the upper hand here in game 2 as well. It's going to be, that's definitely something that I am going to be watching for here.
Yeah, a little bit of micro play. Nothing that hindered too much, but as you saw, that Volibear, great duelist. And then as soon as he was able to run Rampage, you weren't quite able to do anything. Bans coming out: Jace, LeBlanc, Hecarim, that Vex because of the E sub that they are using. So curiously, Leona or Nocturne will be able to grab for I Dream of Memes unless Checkmate decides to pick one of those up instead for a counter. And the Volibear being banned as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I believe the very similar bans for Team Grey. The Hecarim and the LeBlanc were banned last game for sure, but the Volibear obviously is going to be a new addition to the ban bench over here. They do not want to see Windward Ocean on that one again, so maybe a little bit of a similar assessment from the side of Team Grey here. They just felt like Windward Ocean was the difference maker in game number 1. Maybe trying to push him down his tier list a little bit, see what else Windward Ocean has got in the pool. Just waiting for that last ban to come through. Not sure if that is intentionally missed or not. Yeah, let's just give us a second. We'll see in client chat here.
Vladimir.
Vladimir was that intended third ban for Team Green. So banning away a little bit of comfort for Now You See Me. He did have a solid performance on the Vladimir, I would say. He wasn't able to carry his team, obviously, but he was able to make a couple of good proactive plays, able to get a couple of those kills onto the Kaisa. Was definitely strong on the pick, so don't mind seeing that ban come through. Looks like it's going to be the Vayne first picked here for Team Grey. What do we make of this, Gitano?
I know Vayne is definitely heavily sought out here by a whole bunch of AD carries in this league. Definitely the scaling, the procs. I mean, she, especially if you can manage her correctly, she can slice through your team like a sharp razor. Set being over on the other side here. Anything you can do, I can do better. A little bit of taunt coming out, and the Leona pickup as well.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of frontline has just been locked in response to the Vayne pick here. So that's a bit curious, as we have the Ornn hover once again here for Warlord again, perhaps?
Looks to be that way, unless they want to try to flex that top. We'll have to, of course, wait to see the full draft to see where that is going to go. Vayne being able to shred those tanks as well. Definitely need some point click CC, or if Set can grab her and definitely smash her back into the team. Morgana coming out was ultimately telltaling that Ornn to go topside.
Yeah, definitely. Although Morgana could still be flexed into the mid lane or actually the jungle even. So it's still not set in stone here for Team Grey. They could still be flexing these champions around a little bit, as even Vayne has multiple lanes that she could be sent into. But that's the thing about Vayne, right, Gitano, is she's very short range, and she has no innate defenses. So if Set or Leona can get on top of her, then the Vayne will likely be blown up shortly thereafter. So we'll see how whoever is on the Vayne this game, we'll see how they end up playing it. They are going to have to be pretty safe here at the start of these fights, as there's the Caitlyn locked away here for Team Green. So that laning phase for the Vayne, probably not going to be very fun.
Yeah, definitely going to have a little bit of a rough run if Caitlyn can utilize that range correctly. 2021 here, Ornn, Morgana, you never know where they're going. Even the Vayne, the whole side right now could be flipped around, and you could have Vayne jungle for all we know. Gotta love where we're at.
We're even getting Vayne support teased a little bit in the client chat here, so that's almost certainly a bait, but you never know. You never.
It could happen. Shaco being banned out, and Nocturne as well, taking away that Nocturne pick that ran them a little ragged there last time. So we'll see how deep the pockets are and what his next comfort pick will be. And it might be a 4-ban jungle here for both sides. We'll see how heavily they want to take it.
Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that the Nocturne wasn't picked by I Dream of Memes on R3 there. It was such a strong performance by Arsenic on that pick last game, and still lots of AD carry options available. I feel like the Caitlyn is not necessarily the only thing that Fizzed Everywhere could have gone for here, but it's going to be the Nocturne banned away here, as well as the Shaco, like you mentioned, and the Irelia here, also taken off the table by the side of the Dream of Memers.
Yep, Aurelia definitely a mid favorite too for this crowd as well. And the Azir also being banned out for that other side. So we'll see what avenue they opt to take here against Vayne and Squad.
Definitely, as we are finished with the second phase of bans here. It is Azir taken off the table by Team Grey, so going to prevent Acadian from repeating his Game 1 performance here, at least on the same champion. As we are onto R4 here for Team Green. The lock-in is Nunu. So even more frontline here. 3 big frontliners for Team Green. Kind of a Vayne's dream. If she can survive the laning phase here, Gitano, I think these team fights could be looking pretty good for the Vayne here, for the Night Hunter.
Yeah, definitely a good setup here for Vayne. Even first pick, blind picking it, definitely turns out. The snowball of Nunu, I hate it. It is one of those that tilts me because you'll be farming in your lane and then here comes 90 miles per hour, Nunu and will just tumble you over. So we'll see if there's a little bit of cheese going on. Definitely with those priorities of objectives, Dragon, Baron, Rift, and everything like that. Nunu will definitely have the advantage with the Consume and the Smite. And Aurelian Soul and Kayn coming out the other side.
All right, what could we even say about this, Gitano? That is, I mean, spicy is an understatement.
Yes. This team has really, really good lockdown between the Morgana bind. If it hits someone or knocking one up, you have Aurelian Soul that can definitely get a nice big stun for everyone. I do like the Wombo combo that Checkmate has right now, but I Dream of Memes, they definitely have the counter. Zoe, really, really good pick. You pick someone to fall asleep. Leona will go on top of that. Set will dive them in. Once again, a nice heavy Wombo combo.
So where's everybody going, man? Let me get your bets. We shouldn't even bet on the winner of the game. We should just bet right now
where it's going.
where all the champions are going.
All right, we got from the top down. We have Checkmate. It's going to be Ornn top, Kayn in the jungle, Railing Soul for the mid, and then Vayne Morgana to round that out. And the other side, I mean, that one's not too crazy. We could always maybe see a spicy Leona top, but on the off chance it's not, it's definitely in the set. The Nunu, Zoe, and then Caitlyn Leona.
I feel like that's a bold move, Gitano. I feel like you went for the most meta interpretation possible of Team Grey's draft there.
Never look back.
And I feel like that's like, you kind of got baited maybe. Like, you have to think about what is meta and then like,
Heart of a weakling.
Alright, so we got Kayn AD carry.
It has to be Kayn AD carry.
Absolutely.
And obviously Ornn support again. And Aurelian Soul jungle. That's my money.
I mean, he is the destroyer of planets and all the cosmic, so why not destroy the jungle as well?
Yeah.
Exactly. Game 2 predictions are ready to be put, and who do you want me to put the money on here?
I don't know. I think after game 1, I'm definitely in Team Green camp. I just, I won with them already here. We already made our money back from that first game, and I just feel like they have the momentum.
The joke's on
they have
you!
more wins going into tonight. I feel like they're just gonna make it a 2-0 and be done with it.
Yeah. Yep. It's you never know until the fat lady sings, but unfortunately, if the same aggression comes out of I Dream of Memes, the great communication, the wards, everything like that, I definitely feel as long as Checkmate kind of slows their play down a little bit, is able to help themselves scale. Kayn definitely gets some nice early gains going off here. Aurelian Soul can definitely follow up as well. This could be a very, very fast tilt as well for Checkmate. So I'm excited to see what happens, and of course level 1 cheese. I'm expecting it, but are you expecting it?
I mean, I feel like it's less likely this game. Yeah, Zoe could start bubble, but like that's not good for the lane. Like it's maybe good for the level 1, but like you don't really have a whole lot of follow besides that. And, you know, you could sort of make the same argument. You know, Set could start Face Breaker and he could help with the invade, but then like how is he gonna bully the Horn for the first 3 levels? It's not really gonna work out so well. So I feel like a level 1 is actually less likely this game.
You know, I'm gonna go on a limb and say there's gonna be a dance party mid. Everyone's gonna go there, and that might be the most likely scenario.
Okay, well, definitely possible.
But then you know someone's gonna BM. That's the only unfortunate thing.
There's a Morgana, yeah, so you gotta watch out for those bindings. Maybe even like a cheeky flash binding on some poor dancing soul.
And as soon as you get hit with a binding, we all know you get tagged for being AFK because it lasts for about 3 years.
You get lever buster every time you get hit with a Morg binding.
Riot sends you a nice little message. Please get back to your game.
See if
Right.
Warlord can get anybody banned here with those skill shots. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do his best. He's got a pretty good matchup into the Leona here, theoretically. You know, Morgana with some well-timed black shields can kind of counteract a lot of what Leona wants to do in that laning phase. Oh, I got the scores wrong, guys. Here, let me give Green a point real quick.
We are starting our delay here. We have 2 minutes to. Oh man, this should be a once again another fiesta. I like these games. Definitely a lot of action to be called. I'm sure your voice is going to be sore tomorrow morning after I saw you going top lane and then bot lane and directed Cam didn't know exactly which way to go. There was a Azir escaper you thought, you know, for a good 10 seconds he was out, and Vladimir accidentally popping that ult, and or not accidentally, but at the very last minute grabbing him there.
Yeah, we didn't see the first half of that ult, but we saw the back half where the Azir popped. Yeah. That was definitely a crazy one. Yeah, the directed cam was like going back and forth all over the place. But yeah, I mean that's what we love about these silver games, right? Is there's fights all the time, all across the map. You know, there's not necessarily the amount of coordination, the amount of tactical decisions being made in the same way that you would see in higher elo games. Everybody's just kind of like, can I kill this guy? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna go for it.
We'll find out. And you know that's what causes these snowball games. High risk, high reward. You know, as we have seen people kind of pop off and start 2-0. You can definitely snowball back down, and then all of a sudden you're 2-5. So it's about getting that lead and then starting to maintain it.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is what we saw in game 1 for the bottom lane of Team Grant once again, right? We talked about it a lot after that game already, but I think it maybe bears repeating one more time as we head into game 2 here. Dean and Warlord did start off so strongly there, but you know they weren't respecting the power of the Leona in that during that early laning phase. They ended up giving it right back to their opposition. So, you know, maybe if the Vayne, the Morgana can play a little bit safe here, are able to avoid getting preyed on by, this historically dominant Caitlyn-Leona combination, then maybe this one can look a little bit better for them. They do have the ornaments that are going to be coming through eventually as well. Once Aurelion Soul hits 6, then you're going to have a big old Star Dragon flying down from mid lane. Could look pretty good at that point. But you got to survive the Zenith Blade into Trap combo that is going to be coming out here from very, very early on from Caitlyn-Leona.
Yeah, from Checkmate, I really want to see that Kane and Aurelion Soul really kind of, double team their way down to whether it be bot lane, top lane, or just invading that jungle, making Nunu's job a little bit harder here. We'll see how the Dragons go as well. Last time we had that Ocean Drake. Another Ocean Drake here would be great. Gotta love to see the damage, though. I know everyone just prays for that, the Fire Drake, but can't always get it. And Cleanse coming out from 2 people.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, had 2 cleanses on the side of Team Gray for Aurelion Sol and Vayne there. Very interesting. Aurelion Sol, I mean, that cleanse, you can use it on the sleep, obviously, from Zoe. And, you know, there's the slows from Nunu, but you can't cleanse the knock-up. I mean, I guess there is a Leona in the game as well, so that you can always get some value there by cleansing off that Leona engage. But definitely an interesting choice. What do you make of that summoner choice for the mid and AD of Team Grey?
I've seen a whole bunch of cleanses this league, and for the most part, they've been using it very regularly. I know for me personally, if I took cleanse, I'd be trying to spam heal and then wondering why it's not going off. So hopefully they have a little bit more of a better mental state than I am. It is definitely one of those safe picks too, especially with Vayne. You're going to see a lot of people be jumping on you. Mainly that Leona though, but as far as, I think it's just more of an early not getting ganked, whether that Nunu's coming in. You do see that sleep from Zoe. That does last a very long time and definitely can set someone up. So the pick advantage for this team is really, really great with the Zoe, but on the other side as well, Morgana as soon as she picks you off. And it'll be interesting to see Kane, whether he's going blue or red. Blue is in the favor currently, but once again, you never know what's going to happen.
We are running the Conqueror here for Onmoraki, so I'm thinking red is probably a little bit more likely, although there was, of course, that purple form flying around a little while ago that was extremely popular as well, where you just kind of rush mana item into Gore Drinker and then just go whatever form you get first and just kind of roll with it. So, maybe that will be kind of more of the option here for the Team Grey jungler here. There is a lot of scaling that they have with the Ornn and with the Vayne. They will definitely outscale if we can get to late game here. But, again, the question for Team Grey is, can you get there? You don't have a lot of tools to work with in the early game right now. Really, just the Morgana. Maybe if Warlord can find something in bot lane or elsewhere, but... there's really not a whole lot of options available. I'll pause at 15 again here, Gitano.
All right. Paused as well.
I paused at 17, sorry. It wasn't working for some reason.
Yep, ready to go when you are.
Okay, looks like the stream is up now. Just give me one more second here. Okay, you're at 17?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go on 3, all right? 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
More cheese coming out here. Both teams flying by. We'll see what happens here and what they all started.
It's double 5 stacks now, Team Grey. They only had 4 for the level 1 last game. It's going to be a 5v5 right now at level 1 if you guys run into each other. But no, it's ships in the night right now, Gitano.
Yeah, just cycling by. With that Aurelion Sol, you can definitely see where he's at, but unfortunately, they took a little bit too far of a part. And definitely at this point, it's a little bit of a mind tease where you're like, are they behind us? Did they see us come in? Should we go back? And what path are we going to take to go back again?
Who's going to see each other first? Just as they round the corner now, that's vision for the side of Team Grey. What's going on here? Both teams see each other now. 5v5. There's Primus going in with the Z into the play. There's the fight breaking out. Flash into the face breaker. When Rodosha is looking for it, but the low health bars for Team Green. It's going to be first blood. It's going over to the side of Team Grey. Kane is quick to follow back, though. That's a couple of traded back. Team Green now, they're in the advantage. They've traded 2 for 1. 2 for 2, actually, right now is what we're looking at. There's a stun coming down onto Acadia, and Dean tumbling forward. One more auto attack. It's going to be Aurelion Sol. Picks up the last hit. 3 kills now for Team Grey. Leona and Caitlyn, the only survivors. They're backing off towards their jungle now. The blast gun will get them away from these Team Grey members. What a chaotic start to game number 2 here, Gitano.
Gather everyone in the dune buggy, and we're taking a trip. Everyone's just fighting each other. Great use of stuns, flashes. A little bit of everything. Both cleanses are still up, but they both survived. Aurelion Sol 2-0 and 1, not going to back just yet on the advantage, but that first back he will definitely have the advantage here. It looks like bot lane, a lot of sums being used. Caitlyn, the only one with flash. On the other side, CMD will definitely have the flash and cleanse up there. First Drake will be Ocean, so we will get something a little bit different.
With that level 2 gank flashing away, now you see me. Not going to get knocked up this time, but is forced to burn that summoner spell extremely early on here. A nice, effective, low econ gank from Arsenic Fox. Able to put some pressure onto that enemy mid laner, who, as you mentioned, Gitano was able to pick up 2 of those kills. And that level 1 Primus going in with the Zenith Blade underneath the tower. Takes 2 shots for his trouble. He's 1 auto. Dean has the flash. He's got to go for it. He's got to flash forward and get this kill right. He doesn't think he needs the flash. He's just tumbling. And I was jumping the gun a little bit there. Now Fizzed Everywhere is getting sandwiched between these Team Grey bot laners. We got a 2v1 in the top side. 8 Ends gets the knock up. Warren trying to run away, but the Haymaker is good for the kill. The Condemn. Oh, Vayne, you shot the Caitlyn right into range of your support. And now Dean is not going to be able to get the kill. He's going down as well. But now the Aurelion Sol has roamed down already. Level 3 Star Dragon trying to pick up this kill onto the AD carry. Only level 2 on the Caitlyn, but Acadian has roamed down on the Zoe. He's able to cover for his bot laner here. Aurelion Sol not able to find anything. Multiple kills traded back. Team Green now with the advantage here in the early game.
Back and forth on everything. I see one person, I must kill. Red in the eyes of everyone right now. Caitlyn, nice 3-0-1. That Condemn, unfortunately, not quite penning up and making it just a little bit. Aurelion Sol 2 with those Stardust, just a little out of range of everyone. As he was chasing down, and then set nice 2v1 top side.
He gets stunned up right now. Zoe does not have the trouble bubble off of cooldown. Kane able to get himself away. Please continue.
Yeah, a nice top lane as well. It was, sets are so hard to gain because as soon as you hit that great position, double stun, whole bunch of damage coming out. 0-2 and 3 for Orin. A little bit of assist there, not too bad. CS difference across the board. Only Caitlyn right now really taking up that advantage, but definitely 2 kills on Vayne is not something to play around with.
Yeah, definitely. Dean's still in a pretty comfortable place, although not as comfortable as Fizzed Everywhere, actually. 3-0 on the Caitlyn. Still is doubling arm of Dean right now. So, definitely Caitlyn having exactly the start that she wants to have right now, despite the fact that Vayne does have a little bit of money here coming out of the gate. It's still going to be quite a while until that Vayne is really a threat, as that is just so much damage. But Kane is here, and there's the binding, connecting Fizzed Everywhere. Once again, we see it, this Team Green 80 carry trade 1-for-1 in the bottom lane in a pretty insane outplay. I thought he was just going to die, but he is able to get one back, which means that Dean is going to continue to be very far behind in that CS.
Not sure if they just kind of left him there and hopefully you get the kill, or if they were going hard for it there, but really nice Condemn, just barely clicking on the side of that terrain right there. Orin using his passive nicely to get a couple of items, and first dragon looks like it will be going over to Checkmate here, and the next dragon will definitely give us a little bit of a telltale of what the rest of the dragons might be. Nunu doing a really good job of roaming around, blowing the flashes, as well as Kane as well. Just heavy ganks across the board. Love to see it. Lots of action. 5-6, almost a kill per minute for both sides here.
Yeah, definitely. That's a nice sleep onto the Aurelion Sol, but Kane is around for the backup, so Acadian has to be a little bit careful here. In the Kane versus Nunu jungle matchup, Kane getting the early objectives is a bit counterintuitive, not necessarily what you would expect, but you know, it is actually the same thing that happened last game. Team Grey were able to pick up that first dragon for themselves, but it did not end up mattering, as Team Green were able to pick up most of the objectives thereafter. So we'll see how this one does end up playing out. We are going to be closing in on level 6 for both of these junglers, hit already by both of the solo laners, as another sleep does land there for Acadian in a mid lane.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens here. The marathon is looking more like a sprint at this point, with both teams just going back and
That's
forth.
a lot of damage. That's a flash in for Dean, and he's able to get the Condemn straight into the wall, picks up the kill. Primus flashing away. He's trying to stay alive, but he's running into the wrong jungle. Leona's on the wrong side of town right now. That is going to be a knockup onto Windward Ocean. We got another 2v1 up here on the top side. Like going for the showstopper, trying to build that space. Meanwhile, Leona will eventually die. It was only a matter of time as the 2v1 continues flashing away. Windward Ocean trying to build the space, and Kane wastes the flash just to get killed off. It's going to be no, 8A's ends able to trade it back 1-for-1 on the top side, but still a valiant effort from Windward Ocean, almost able to win out in that 1v2 there. Continuing to provide us with some extremely high-quality top lane action for that Team Green top laner.
Yeah, despite the 2v1s that are going on, he's definitely holding down his zone, creating a little bit of tension there and just drying Nunu, getting those resources top side. 4K, 5K lead now for Checkmate and Vayne, 5-2-2. CS down a lot, but a lot of kills, and does have a bounty on her head, which Caitlyn will be looking for. Did opt to go the fleeing footwork, a little bit of a sustain there. I've seen definitely some soul harvest as well, and maybe a little bit of cheeky play here.
In the early game, Vayne is going to get stunned up right now, but the Black Shield is in time. The trap will not connect, and we have Kane here once again for the gank. He is able to connect the W. Primes is just sacrificing himself. He has no DPS to follow up anymore. He will be going down for the 3rd time this game, but at least Fizzed Everywhere will survive this time around.
Yeah, once again trying to get that kill and a little bit overzealous. Ends up in a result of Primus unfortunately getting caught out on that Leona. Caitlyn still just pushing that advantage as best she can, and it looks like a whole bunch of team right now.
Oh,
a 4-for-1.
Warlord. Fizzed Everywhere. Once again, a little bit too far forward. He doesn't really have an easy way out of this one. He's going to try and take the long route through the enemy jungle. He's got the Peacemaker, get a little bit of damage out there. He's probably just going for the execute at this point. He's trying to wrap back around towards this inhibitor turret. See if he can get executed here. He will be able to do so. So at least that death did not provide any gold for his opponents. But still, ideally, he wouldn't have died.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit of a misplay with that condemn. Just pushes Caitlyn a little too far out. They did have everything wrap around, but unfortunately, that's the best decision in the spot you were put in here.
Yeah.
Set and Ornn train just a little bit back and forth. That grass proc helping a little bit of sustain here.
That's the flash out of Now You See. The snowball will still connect, but they're not going to go for the dive underneath the turret. Probably a good thing, considering the fact that once again, Kane was around. I just want to say on Moriki, seems like he's been exactly where he needs to be so far in game 2 here.
For a great expansion.
Yeah, he's definitely had presence around the map in almost every single lane. Top lane, a little bit of an island right now. There is a rift coming up. We'll see if Nunu wants to grab that. And another fight breaking out here, bot lane.
Yeah, Caitlyn able to stay relatively far back there. Not, the safest AD carry, but still relatively safe.
3v.
Under fire right now.
Yep. Ultimates ready on everyone, so we'll see what exactly comes out. Looks like they are going to be giving up this Rift Herald. We'll see if they try to catch someone in the background. Aurelion Sol using that ult, trying to snake it, but unfortunately not quite there. Zoe just being annoying as she can be, grabbing those sleeps, grabbing those long range bursts, and that will be definitely something to look forward to later on, as she will be the main person to be picking people out, as well as that major sustain and poke.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... okay, we got the final hour getting popped here. When's the condemn going to come through? Fizzed Everywhere actually doesn't even need it. Dean just... a few crossbow bolts right in the back, and Caitlyn is going down. There's the Venus Blade coming through, though. Primus is trying to get the CC down, but it's not going to save his jungler. That's a double kill for Dean here on the Vayne. Popping the heel, trying to continue this chase forward. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming out from the Zoe, though. Stepping on one more auto attack. Dean gets a delayed triple kill for himself down here in the bottom side. River, and the last tower shot means that Set is going to be going down here as well. It's 4 kills across the map for Team Gray, and they're coming back real strong here in game 2.
Now a 9-2 Vayne, definitely scary. The CS tells another story, but the actual kills are all fed over there. 700 gold shutdown. They will definitely be looking for that, as well as Aurelion Sol nicely being played, just supporting his team, roaming as well, and playing safe. to that Zoe.
And Gitano, whoop, 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 win condition detected. Usually Vayne's weakness, right, is she's short range. She can get CC'd and just blown up, but if she gets Cloud Soul, this fed Vayne with Cloud Soul is going to be so hard to pin down when you take the invisibility into consideration as well. Dean is just going to be all over the place, hitting like an absolute truck. You have the Rift Herald getting popped right now in mid lane, trying to get some turret plays right now. Oh, the ace in the hole, fist everywhere, gets the kill. He is getting attacked by Kayn right now, dashing forward with the Q, but he's getting knocked up by Nunu. He's able to get the kill in the end. Acadian trying to escape right now, but he's not going to be able to get away, even with Primus trying to help him out there. Dean is too strong on the Vayne right now. The DPS coming out from this Team Grey Marksman is too high. And Acadian is going to be going down. It's 2 for 1 across the map. Team Grey continuing to trade up right now in this one.
Yeah, like you just stated, that Cloud Drag on that Vayne is going to be scary, as well as that Morgana shield too. Let's say you do end up getting on her. Well, guess what? You cannot CC her. So there's definitely the lane that you want to play through. Leona trying to look for something for Vayne. She's going to walk out. Yeah, Nunu is around. We'll see if he tries to do something. Won't detect that pink ward. It's a really nice place one there, able to spot out a whole bunch of vision.
Yeah, absolutely. Nunu was spotted out there, Arsenic, as he headed into the bot side river, but he is still able to secure that Scuttle Crab. So that is asleep onto Aurelion Sol. Nunu is again in the area. That's a lot of damage coming down onto the mid laner. Moriki trying to peel for his teammate here, but he is now the one in trouble. Down very, very low, 100 HP, and he's gone. Acadian picks up the kill there. Mid laner for Team Green, able to pick up his first of the game. But yeah, it was just a little bit of overextension from the mid laner there, perhaps. On Morikia trying to peel for him, ends up going down for it, dying for the mid laner's sins there, as it were. As that is a 1v1 between the AD carries in the bot lane. Fizzed everywhere again, very far forward. Tries to flash forward to get a little bit. Get those auto attacks out a little bit quicker, but he flashed right into Vayne's crossbow. And Dean is able to pick up number 10 right now on the Vayne.
You know, there's definitely something to be said when you're not 15 minutes in and Vayne can 1v1 the Caitlyn. It is definitely one of those scary afterthoughts now where, you know, how many resources do you send to stop it, and where exactly do you say enough?
It's Acadian with the solo bolo in mid lane. Just pops Aurelion Sol from a million miles away. Who's the god of the cosmos? I think it's the prepubescent girl.
Yeah, Zoe just always a threat to catch you out with his sleep, and that range, it doesn't even matter how many items you have. It seems like you have a full, cap and everything. Like you are full stacked and ready to go.
Oh, Dean gets them straight into the wall. You do not have a Morgana, and I do, says Dean. He's got number 11, and the snowball just keeps on rolling.
Oz coming out here, maybe a Gatorade refuel or some water or possibly some beers and some shots coming out. Just something to wake them up from this nightmare.
Nocturne's not even in the game.
Exactly. Oh, well, while we have this time, what would you do if you were on green? What is your game plan to stop this Vayne?
Well, you just gotta try and pick her off. You just gotta try and kill her somehow. That is the win condition for both teams, right? It's almost, I mean, whenever Vayne is in the game, then it's true. But when the Vayne is this fed, then it's extra true. You win or lose, you live or die by the Vayne. You know, if Vayne stays alive during the team fight, you win. If Vayne goes down at the beginning of the team fight, you lose. It's pretty much that simple.
Yeah. Oh boy. Top lane 30 for the CS difference, so not too much going on, just some wet noodles happening there. Jungle as well. Kayn really keeping up with that Nunu. Dragons going 2 over for Grey. If they attempt to get this third one as well, they will be knocking on the soul point, and that is definitely not something you want. They're definitely going to be trying to pick their fights, move up those wards. I look at the bot lane right now, and they have a whole bunch of wards. We see Wolves, Blue, and the entrance to Dragon as well. So good job for them on pushing that vision and trying to, extend their advantage.
Yeah, definitely. We are. I do have a little bit of time here still, I suppose. We can take a little bit of a look at the items here. Leandri's Torment for the Morgana. I do think it makes a good amount of sense here, considering the composition she's going up against. Lots of beefy members over there. That percent HP damage is going to feel pretty good there with the Leandries. The Gore Drinker is the mythic of choice for Kane here, so we'll see if he does end up going for that red form, as his rune and item choice seems to indicate, or as he didn't go tier either, so purple form I think is actually off the table here. I think he will certainly be going red. And Sunfire for the Nunu. I personally am a little bit more of a fan of the Frostfire or whatever it's called, or Frostborn, whatever the blue mythic is.
Yeah, the one to root people in place in front of you. Is that the
Yeah,
one that you're? Yep.
yeah, that's the one I'm referring to. Yeah, but Nunu going for the slightly more expensive, slightly, you get I think 5 more armor and magic resist with this tank mythic as opposed to the other ones. So he's going to be, maybe slightly tankier, and if he's able to stay on top of people, he will have a little bit more DPS there as well.
Great job. Yeah, the vision ward on Nunu. I'm looking at the visions right now, and we got 17 for a score on Nunu, so that's a really good placement of clearing
Mm.
pink wards and whatnot. But on the other side of the team as well, I'm looking for a little bit more because a lot of these are catch-ups that we see. Caitlyn overextending, trying to get tower shots,
Yeah.
Vayne coming behind. We see on the other side too, Vayne overextending, then they're trying to grab out. So it's one of those things where more consistency and more vision will definitely allow you to play the game a little bit easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that call out for Arsenic Fox. We see him sitting on another pink ward in the inventory right now as well. So vision game from that Team Green jungler definitely seems to be very strong tonight. Love to see that. Lots of pink wards actually in inventories of the bot laners right now as well for Team Green. So, we will likely be seeing that vision game as more of a team effort here. Maybe going forward here, Gitano.
Yeah, hoping to see that. And then we do have 1 minute on Rift. It did end up going to Green Ijima Memes here. We'll see if they attempt to take number 2 as well and where they're going to place that. I do see first tier turrets, both mid and bottom for Gray very low, as well as the bot lane as well for I Dream of Memes. Looks like Vayne will probably end up taking that with Morgana here shortly. Curious, did you hear any words of what the pause was?
I have not heard anything. No. Let me know if you do.
Well, let me see. I'll have to call my people. Let me check with Faker here and see what he's saying.
Sure. Yeah. Let us know what the Demon King knows about our situation here. We'll see. Yeah, we do not have any turrets taken in this one yet. So first turret blood still on the table for both of these squads. Dean and Warlord, as you said, likely going to look to try and pressure down here, but it seems like Leona is returning to lane now, so Primus might be able to hold that wave long enough for reinforcements to arrive. We will just have to wait and see here. I'm not really sure how long the pause is going to last here, guys. My apologies to all of our viewers out there. Hopefully we'll be back very shortly.
I am getting announced it is a power outage.
Oh dear.
And it looks like the rule standing is 20 minutes and then it is a forfeit. So
Okay.
we will have to see what happens here. Real unfortunate that has happened. I know that's happened to a lot of people, whether that be pure internet outages or whether that be a full blown tower, outage. There's not much you can do, unfortunately, about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That is just an unfortunate and unlucky kind of situation. What do you think, Gitano? Do you think we should just cut to a break here? It sounds like it might be a little while before the situation is even potentially able to be resolved.
Yeah, break would be good. I think we got the time. Go ahead and take whatever breaks you need. Grab a Snickers if you're not feeling yourself. Maybe that's what they need, just a quick Snickers break, and they'll be back, and we'll get this game going.
Alrighty, guys. So it is indeed. We did have a rule check come through here. It does appear to be 20 minutes is the amount of time that is allotted for the connection issue to be resolved. We are about a little over 7 minutes into that right now, so I'm going to cut to a break for 5 to 10 here. If we do get back onto the Rift sooner than that, then I will just, we'll get right back in here. But please bear with us, guys. We'll let you know very soon what the situation is going to be here. And, yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties, but we will be back shortly. Thank you for your patience, and see you soon. are still waiting on some more word from the teams to see if that connection issue has been resolved. But the side of Team Gray, they are running out of time here. Gitano, I think they only have a couple of minutes left. Do you have any info for us?
Unfortunately, not. No update has been given to me, so I would hate to see the game end this way. But rules are rules.
Yeah. That is, of course, speaking of the rules, the specific rule, if we didn't mention it already, there is 20 minutes allotted per team for pauses, of any sort over the course of a match. So we are using up all 20 of those minutes right now for the side of Team Gray, I believe, to see if they're able to resolve those connection issues. But again, they are running out of minutes here. So, it's going to be a real shame. I really would have loved to see if, the Vayne is able to help carry her team to victory. Off to such a strong start here in game number 2, Gitano.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. You have the upswing, you have the momentum, you're fed, and unfortunately, the dream is almost cut short.
Yeah, a tragic end to an otherwise excellent night of League of
Gap League.
Let's go back into the game here, see if anything's happening. Yeah, 15 seconds left for Team Gray here. Oh, they might be ready. There is a message here saying that he's back. Okay. Gitano, are you here? Are you with me?
Yes.
36, 37, 38?
Correct. Yep, we are on the same time frame.
Wow.
Looks like he got back just in the nick of
Just
time.
barely, literally by the skin of his teeth. We have reconnected to the game, guys. Game 2 will continue. Almost ending in tragedy there, but it looks like we will be able to finish this one out. This pause, of course, being very, very normal. This happens every single time the game is paused in customs. There we go. We're back. Still together with me, right? 56, 57, 58.
Yep.
Beautiful. Yes. So Gitano, let's get a little bit of a refresher here. Where are we at right now in game 2? We had quite a break there. So catch us up a little bit, please.
Everyone else has regular shoes, and Vayne has ice skates, and the Zamboni is running around like crazy, and Vayne's the only one that can seemingly pass through everything. A lot of early kills going over to that Vayne. As we stated earlier, Caitlyn definitely having the CS advantage. Mid lane, a little bit going back and forth, and Kane Nunu just kind of putting their presence everywhere on the map. So besides the bot lane, a little bit of a quiet day, but here comes Dean
That's
again.
a dark binding straight onto the Caitlyn, and that is going to be death for Fizzed everywhere. And Primus took the blast cone right over the wall into the waiting arms of Dean. Tries to throw out the solar flare. The black shield is able to very effectively counter that one, and Vayne continues to go off right now. Zed teleported in. He's got the face breaker. Where's the haymaker? He does have it available, and there is the last hit. That is enough damage to finish off Dean. And here we go, going for the showstopper. Warlord throws out the black shield, but is it too late? No, he has the binding. He's able to keep himself safe. And it will be just Dean going down here, able to pick up a couple of kills for himself, as though the fight is not over yet. That's a lot of CC coming down onto Zoe. That's a flash away from Aurelia, and so the last tick from the spooky dirt Warlord is good for the kill. Now Windward Ocean trying to get away from this one, but he's getting knocked up by the Kane, and he's getting knocked down by the Star Dragon. It's going to be Cloud Soul Point going over to the side of Team Gray, and they're primed to tie this series up 1-1.
Yeah, really good series of events right there going on. We did get to see the Vayne, good use of Cleanser to pick up that kill on Leona. And then, unfortunately, that TP and Set just being Set, doing his stuff and grabbing up the kills. Really good shutdown gold. We'll see what he comes back with. Meanwhile, Caitlyn in the top lane getting a little bit of solo XP and some nice tower damage, but Dean is looking to answer that and being a full level up, blows the flash.
Dean popping the final hour. He wants this kill. Does have the level advantage on Caitlyn right now. The movement speed is too strong, not to mention the 2.5 items right now for Dean. He just tore through Fizzed everywhere like he was paper. He's looking for Nunu next. One more shot to proc the passive. Can't quite find it. Dean is just diving, pursuing into the enemy jungle with no fear right now. Usually usually, you know, for this match prior to now here, Gitano, we've seen Fizzed everywhere be the AD carry who's pushing forward aggressively, but now Dean is in a prime position to do the same. Let's start finding landing here in mid lane. A lot of damage coming down onto the set. Solar Flare coming out now, slow onto Warlord. Not going to be able to follow it up here. More damage coming out, but looks like there will be no more fighting for now. Kane is going a little bit deep here. Just looking for the chickens for the time being.
Yeah, Dean just be able to pick and point kind of where he wants. Not a little too much anyone can do unless you got 2 or 3 people. And look at the fight
around Acadian just blows up Morgana. Warlord threw the black shield onto Aurelion's soul, and it cost him his life. Goes down for the second time here as Arsenic roams his way into mid lane with the snowball. They've got 3 members here. They're going to try and put a stop to this second Herald take that's been started up by the side of Team Gray. There's not a lot of time left on that objective before it despawns. Nunu continues to roll forward with that snowball. Herald covering 50% HP, flashing forward. Arsenic Fox on the Nunu, looking for the damage. That is the knockup coming through. They got the shutdown onto the Vayne. That means the Team Green, they're going to win this fight. Gitano, Kane is inside the enemy jungler, but it's not going to matter. He comes out and immediately goes down. Rift Herald is no longer available to be claimed, but a couple of big kills going over to Team Green there. They're still down gold, but they are in position to take Baron on spawn here, Gitano.
The ball's on this team. I love it. Just a big counter punch, dodging out of the way and then hitting back there. Unfortunately, they couldn't decide whether or not they were going to leave or turn and fight. Dean definitely having that red in his eyes again. Tried to stay there as much as they could while the team kept on backing up. And it will be a on-spawn Baron. We'll have to double check and make sure this might be the earliest Baron that has been taken in the league. Something definitely to mark for that. We do have 2 minutes yet for Dragon. We'll see exactly how much Baron buff they can use. And how much advantage they can get to set themselves up to stop this Soul Point Dragon by taking over by Checkmate.
What a banger, Gitano. Checkmate, Team Gray. They've been in the lead all game. Vayne has 14 kills, and they gave over Baron to the opponents at 20 minutes. Anybody could take this one still. It's an absolutely wild game that we're looking at right now. Tier 1 under fire right now. For the side of Team Green, they reset after that Baron. Nobody came out to defend this one. It will be going down. Both mid lane tier 1s have been taken out at this point. Looks like we're rotating up towards the top side here for the side of Team Checkmate. Not necessarily what I was expecting with the Cloud Soul spawning in 90 seconds, but they're looking to try and punish Windward Ocean here. They're not going to be able to. He does have the Baron empowered recall, is going to be able to get back space very, very comfortably there. That dragon is spawning in about a minute here, Gitano. What kind of setups do you want to see coming through from these squads, Dean?
Oh, I'm gonna have to hold on to the first second.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hold on to that for a second. Ace in the hole, pops the shield bow. Portal jump forward. Acadian can't find anything more.
They did the right thing there by targeting that Vayne and trying to get her out of that visionary, allowing them to come in here. I would like to take a note at the gold right now. Just 0.5k splitting both of the teams right now. Really nice, even though there is kills on one, there's a whole bunch of gold on the other. Baron pressure going down here, and Dean.
Well, that's a lot of damage to Force. Oh, barely misses the 90 caliber net there, but able to take out the turret. Kayla now flashing away from the Aurelion Soul, dodging away from that engage from the mid laner. Nunu is here. Just roll the snowball into the chicken there. So the fight will be disengaged for now. Flash used by the AD carry and the mid laner of Team Green. And they are going to have to fight for Cloud Soul now. If the side of Team Gray is able to pick this one up, that's going to be a powerful buff that they will secure for the rest of the game. It's going to be extremely strong for both Dean and Warlord down there. The Vayne and the Morgana, the Cloud Soul works so effectively. But Nunu is here. Nunu is on the objective. Should be able to secure this. Fox gets it.
Yeah, we saw last game, a good dragon fight, turn bad, and now all of a sudden, the enemy team with Baron just ran you down. So I'm kind of glad that Gray did not try to force that. There's no need. You can still give up 2 dragons, take it when you need to, but really good job of just not forcing it right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great patience coming out from Team Gray there. They knew that they didn't need that dragon. It was only a Team Green that needed to get that dragon. Team Gray, they've still got plenty of time. They've got lots of scaling. They have 3 dragons already. They have a lot of room to work with right now. So no need to rush anything. They can continue to play it patiently, let the Vayne to scale a little bit more. Does have the Rage Blade now, 3 completed items right now for Dean. If he's given any space at all in these fights, he is absolutely set up to carry them. He is top of the final hour right now. He is looking for it. No tier 1 turret, but cannot find the condemn there. But that's still taking a lot of damage here. The movement speed, Flash away trying to stay alive. But the ultimate from Now You See Me able to pick up the kill there. The Aurelion Soul snipes the boss from downtown. That's going to be another kill going over to Team Gray. They're up. Actually, they're up almost nothing. We have got an even game in terms of gold. Not quite sure how that happens. But,
well, despite all the kills going back and forth, you look at the CS, we have a 60 lead, a 20 lead, and then almost a 70 lead here in the top lane. So just to go and showing that, you know, CS does count for a lot right now, despite the kills on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a significant kill lead, but a completely even gold state, thanks in large part, as you were just saying, to those CS totals. As, you know, we see Dean and Warlord, they're trying to do a little bit of cheeky bush camping. They're hiding on the bush down here in bot lane. But they're getting collapsed on a little bit. We have got Nunu and Zoe wrapping around here. Dean, he is not afraid. He goes for the condemn. Can't find it, though. Black Shield used very early here, but the damage is just ridiculous right now from Dean at this point. Showstopper going in now. Shield bow proc. That is going to be another kill. Double kill for Dean on the Vayne. He's looking for more. He's got a triple kill. Dean on the Vayne. Primus is trying to lock him up, but the Black Shield is on. Can we get the pentakill? Let's go. Oh, Kane steals it away. It's going to be a quadra kill for CM Dean on the Vayne, and an ace for Team Gray as they look to break the base of the memers.
Did I just watch the Vayne Morgana 2v4 there for a little bit?
Yeah.
They didn't quite collapse far enough. It was more like the ants marching in one by one there. That timer's not too bad yet at 25 minutes, but definitely enough to be taking a big portion here of the base. We'll see if they do end up sticking around, trying to go for the end, and they might.
Yeah, we do have Zoe and Nunu respawn right now. Set's alive as well. Teleport available for Windward Ocean. We've got the knockup right now onto Aurelion Soul. Now Warlord going. A little bit of a greedy play here maybe from Team Gray. They have lost their support already as Dean, the Vayne, the crown jewel of the team, has been shut down. Kill credit going over to Exicadian here on the Zoe. Cost them a little bit there, that overstay. They traded 2 members for 1 Nexus Tower. You know, you can maybe make an argument for worth there, but when one of the members that you lost is Vayne, not such an easy argument.
And Baron just coming up right now. Looks like they're going to take that once again on that next spawn as well. And if they keep taking what they did for that first one, Dragon's also going to be coming up here in 1 minute. You get a really good push going on, and you rotate to that, and you just opened up the game once again for yourself. They are down 2k, but not a lot of difference in between, even though the kill is almost doubling on the side here for Checkmate.
It's a free Baron. There's no way that the side of Team Gray could possibly contest without Vayne. It's just not possible. So it's going to be
It's free real estate.
It absolutely is here. And yeah, that guy is smiling real big right now if he's on Team Green. Because that was the second Baron of the game for Team Green. They've taken both almost immediately as they spawn. So despite the fact that they're down in kills, they're up in CS, they're up in Barons. They're up, you know, in tempo here, it seems. Dean lying in wait right now. He's going to be able to find the Leona, but again, can't quite find the condemn, but he still has the damage. He is going to be able to chase down Primus there. It's just too much DPS. He's got 4 items now, by the way. CM Dean on the Vayne. He's closing in on full build right now, 28 minutes in.
The good part is that he can't get any scarier after the full build, but the bad news is that it's a full build Vayne, plus, like you just said, 4 more levels, and it's not going to go very well trying to be sneaky around for Nunu.
5 auto attacks, 6 auto attacks. Yeah, that's about how long Nunu lasted as Exicadian now trying to flash away to stay alive, but he's taking a lot of damage from these stars from Aurelion Soul, and Dean is on the hunt, and he will find his prey. Double kill for the Team Gray mid laner. He's trying to call checkmate already. This Vayne that is trying to cross nab right now. Windward Ocean. He's up here on top side. Nobody is answering him just yet. As As it was Cloud Soul that did go over to the side of Team Gray there. Fist everywhere. Oh, he's Gale Forcing. He's got a support in the area. Maybe it's on Meraki that's overextended a little bit. And Dean actually going forward now. Gonna get locked up by the Solar Flare. Down to half HP, but tumbling forward now. Continuing to look for those auto attacks into the Leona. Gets Primus extremely low, but not quite able to finish the job. No inhibitor turret here. Caitlyn has got to be careful. Gets knocked up, and here comes Nunu with the silver bolts from Bane. Caitlyn flashes away and still dies, but Dean gets locked up and gets shut. Oh no, Dean is still alive, but Showstopper will finally take him out. Kane going down there as well. It ends up being a 2-for-2 in the bot side. But as the team that's behind, I feel like Team Green, they have to be feeling okay about that.
Yeah, definitely not the crushing end of the team, but definitely enough to calm down a little bit. You got 30 seconds without Vayne, but unfortunately there's no objectives up. You can start to push out lanes, but how much also do you push out? I do see there's a Rylai's Crystal Scepter on Aurelion Soul, and that is just going to be a little bit more their support for Dean. As he is slowing everyone down, keeping them in that field. As long as they keep surrounding around this Vayne, there's no reason why they should not be pushing down and knocking down the Nexus here shortly. Good side, though, on Caitlyn hitting over that 200 CS right now. Top lane also knocking on that. A little bit of gold difference here. Actually, no. They just got back to even as well again here, so CS just, making that difference, that statement that we may be down in kills, but definitely have enough to back it up in our pockets. And we look on the opposite side here too. Kaylin not quite to that 4 full item, but definitely enough where it's going to be looking at a fight breaking out here.
In now, Primus getting locked up by the Dark Binding, and Caitlyn is just going to get absolutely obliterated here. Team Gray there looking to put the final touches on it now, as that's going to be 3 quick kills picked up. They're looking to take their second inhibitor as well. Only Nunu and Set to defend the base. And Set is just getting condemned straight into the wall. Windward Ocean took a greedy path there. He's in some trouble. Dean, he's pressing forward. He's looking for the kill. Tumbling, looking, auto-attacking. Can't quite find it just yet. Set falling back towards the Nexus turrets. Trying to stay alive here. Dean also a bit low. 3% HP on the Bane. It's going to be multiple objectives claimed right here in the enemy base for Team Gray. They're trying take all of the pieces remaining as Nunu goes for the absolute 0, but just gets popped. It's only the Set now. He's got 5 seconds still on Caitlyn. He's flashing. He's looking for the big play, but Dean has the big crossbow, and he's able to put a stop to that one. Fizz everywhere, flashing forward. Now the Solar Flare. They're actually able to pick off Dean here. On Muraki is going for the zoning, and he's able to successfully do so. It's going to be all tied up here. Gitano, 1-1. We're going to game 3.
That's when you think it was going to be a 2-0. They punch right back at him and say, we are not done yet. What a reset and what a game.
I don't think we really even need to look at the damage charts, but let's do it anyway, just as a formality. Look at that.
48,000 done by that Vayne.
That's
eclipsing the other side. I think almost, well, not quite all together, but definitely enough for 2 to 3 on the other side there.
Certainly well over double second place here. Dean really did a whole lot of work that game. And I have to say, I feel like it really was basically the perfect Vayne game, wasn't it?
Yes, this was definitely the Vayne highlight show. Vayne popping up everywhere. Great job in the bottom lane and then converting that advantage. And a really good job about Jungle too, and Aurelion Soul just kind of running around, helping to express that. A little bit of pickouts here and there, but when you're that fed, there's nothing you can't do.
Yeah, absolutely. Vayne believed she could fly, and she did. She really did.
Took off at the 3-point line and still had a little bit of room for the slam dunk.
Easy peasy for Dean. Let's see if Fizz Everywhere can come back here in Game 3. He had a strong first game, was able to punish the bottom lane of Dean and Warlord relatively effectively. But Game 2 was all about the Vayne here. It was all about Dean going off, capitalizing on all of these melee targets to dish out the damage on. And boy did he. But we are going to be going to another quick break here, guys. Any more thoughts on Game 2 here, Gitano?
Just wow. I need to start playing more Vayne. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
really,
mean,
really good job by the team there. Just taking advantage of it and crushing it home.
yeah, Dean certainly made it look good, and I love your call out for the mid laner and the jungler as well. They definitely were moving around the map quite a bit to help facilitate those plays and make sure that the priority carries on the squad, namely Dean, were able to get to where they needed to be. But we are going to step away for just another minute, guys. We do have one more game for you tonight. The deciding match between Checkmate and I Dream of Memes coming very shortly. Don't go anywhere.
You ought to know.
What's up, everybody? We are back once again for the final game of the evening. This one for all of the marbles tonight. Team Gray versus Team Green. Of course, with the fact that Team Green did win one of these games already, that means that Team Gray cannot catch them in the standings with only the matches that are being played tonight. But still, a win here would feel really good for Team Checkmate.
Yeah, unfortunately, in first place, out of reach, but definitely not too late to send a message to the rest of the teams that we are here and we will definitely be putting up a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you feel like there was a significant difference in the approach of Team Gray between Game 1 and Game 2, Gitano?
I feel it was the same thing. They are just going to be haymakering, and the first one to get fed kind of carries the game, as it were. We are seeing a little bit of patience here, but at the same time, too, pedal to the metal. It's all the way to the floor. They're grinding out as fast as they can. This marathon is a sprint. Hussein Bolt all the way to the end.
What kind of adjustments do you expect to see for our third and final champs select here? I feel like I'd be pretty surprised personally if Vayne went through.
Yeah, if there is no Vayne ban, they're going to be asking for it. Definitely got to be in there. I'm sure the Nocturne will be coming out as well. They possibly could ban out the Leona, but not quite sure if they're gonna try to answer that with the Morgana. Morgana did really really good there. Good black shield timings. Good job peeling off for the Vayne. So once again, if they want to play through bot side, that might be their win condition here.
Yeah, I absolutely could see it. After that last game performance by Dean, I really do feel like that's the best chance that Team Checkmate has for victory is to play through that bottom side, see what they can do for Dean and Warlord down there in lane, try and get them in a position where they're able to take over that mid game in the same way that we saw there in game number 2. It looks like the teams are almost ready to head into Champion Select phase here for our third game tonight. I do have a link here.
Say the link I have, they've already started banning. It looks like some stuff has been missed, so we will have to re-put in the draft, I believe, here shortly.
What's going on with the draft there, Gitano?
I've seen it right now, and maybe I was looking at the wrong draft. I saw a Heckram banned out, and then there was no one else banned, and it went all the way through 3. So, that could be just a malfunction on my end there.
Seems like we're trying one more time with the links here. We did swap sides here, guys, for our third game tonight. It is going to be Team Gray moving now over to the red side of Summoner's Rift, as the losers of Game 2, the side of Team Green, they elected to go over onto the blue side for themselves.
Ruining my Christmas colors.
Yeah, they did ruin the color scheme. We did get 2 good games of it, though. So, let's not be too greedy. After all, it is still October. But,
We'll have a couple of 2 months to go.
Yeah, we will see if that side swap ends up being what Team Green needs to seal the deal here and take home the 2-1 victory, or if Team Gray is going to be able to close it out with the momentum that they have from that second game victory.
Yeah, it seems like bot lane on both games were kind of the major point of focus for each side. So I'm hoping to see a couple of bans here. See if the junglers can make the priorities to go bot lane. Definitely the mid pick as well, if that's going to be another kind of a crowd control support, another Aryan Soul, Oriana, Ari, someone that can make the plays that doesn't have the assassin, but definitely has enough to help out here.
Yes, we are into champion select, guys. We have actually already moved through the ban phase.
Oh
So we
no.
have
Oh
Orange and
no.
Vladimir taken off by Team Green, and they're stealing away the Vayne. They're not giving it over to Dean again. They're not going to ban it. They're going to first pick it instead. It's exactly the strategy that Team Gray used in that previous game. They locked in Vayne first, and then Team Green did a whole bunch of self-counter picking. See if Team Gray opt into the same kind of scenario as the Karthus is the hover. That would definitely be interesting. Locked in there. Where do we
There
expect
we
this
go.
Karthus to go?
Jungle, I believe. It could definitely be going mid or top or support or AD carry. We just don't know in this meta exactly. I'd put a little bit of money down in jungle, but once again, you never know.
Okay, we shall see. It's the Ashe hover now, so not going to be the APC Karthus bot lane. It's going to be the Ashe as a response to the Vayne. I do like this response. Even when Vayne goes invisible with the final hour, you still have a pretty good chance of connecting with the volley there, given the range, the width of that ability. So should assist Dean in hopefully being able to peel himself away from that Vayne whenever she does go aggressive. But it's going to be the Nocturne here. Likely going to be locked in for Team Green. It was Fox in that first game that had such a strong performance on the champion, and he will have it once again here for this deciding Game 3.
I do like the Nocturne pick here. Easy jump on Ash, Karthus, no way to get out of there once he pomps on you other than Flash. And usually at that point, it's a pretty nice cooldown. Oriana coming out as well. A nice control mid and late game. Definitely those shockwaves. Game changers. I am liking this from I Dream of Memes more and more from what I see out of them.
Yes, the Oriana, of course, a permanent fixture in the mid lane, sort of survives all metas, is always has a place in the mid lane there, and we'll see what Exocadian can do with that strong team fighting scaling AP option. It is the Amumu locked away here for Team Gray to round out their first round of picks here. The Amumu and the Karthus, a little bit of a flex between the two of them. Either one. Gitano could go into the jungle or the support position.
Correct. Yeah, a little bit of a mind game going on. A Mumu support, I've seen a whole bunch of games, but not a guarantee, especially with that change of the double bandage. You hit the first, you have the second one there too, right for you. Jace ban coming out, Set ban coming out. We'll see if more top laners are focused, as well as that Volley Bear was taken away, Ornn on the other side. So these top laners might be the targets here for the last two.
Yeah, they've been mostly gravitating towards pretty tanky options here for both of these top laners. The set was notably available until it was banned away by Team Grey in that second ban phase there. Leona taken off the table as well, so not wanting to see the Radiant Dawn paired up with the Vayne down there is not traditionally a very strong lane, considering the fact that Vayne does need usually a little bit of time to scale and become strong. But regardless, Leona not going to be an option for Primus this time around. It is something that he clearly is comfortable on and likes to play when it is available. So definitely don't mind the ban. Morgana taken off the table, despite Leona no longer being an option. The side of Team Green don't really want to see the Morgana either. So we are moving into the second phase of picks here, and the Star Dragon again locked in 2 games in a row here. Brilliant Soul Gitano. What game are we playing again?
Radiant Soul, really, really good. I like the pickup. I think it was a really strong pick, and the massive CC that you're going to get from a Moo and a Radiant Soul is great. I think that Karthus is looking more and more of the jungle, and then we'll see what they round out the top with. Nautilus, I believe. Oh, never mind. They picked over me, and Cho'Gath will be top lane here.
Yeah, just need the support now for Team Green. What do they want to pair up with this Vayne? Is it going to be more front line to complement the Cho'Gath? Maybe an Enchanter to buff up the Vayne as she heads into the later portions of the game there. It's going to be the front line. It's going to be the Nautilus to try and lock down that Ashe, that Aurelion Soul, try and set up those kills for Fizzed Everywhere on the Vayne here. Last pick of the draft for Team Gray. They have last counter pick. It's going to be likely their top laner, unless we see some funny business coming through with the Amumu. And it will be
Gnar.
the Gnar, yes, into the Cho'Gath. Definitely seems like a matchup that Gnar should be able to come out on top in. I definitely like the team fighting as well. You're with the Gnar and Amumu, that is quite a lot of crowd control. So hopefully going to set up for the Aurelion Soul and the Karthus to land those skill shots and come out on top in the team fights. But what do you think about these team compositions now that we see them all nice and filled out here, Gitano?
Once again, a brawl fest coming out. I look at Checkmate right now. They have Aurelion Soul AoE. They have the Gnar AoE. They have the Amumu AoE. They have the Karthus AoE. And then you have Ashe on the back line too. There's a whole bunch of engaged tools used almost simultaneously by all people in the Checkmate. I look at the other side, that Nocturne. Definitely, if you can pick someone out before and take apart that team, the late game of that Vayne, as we just saw, past games, Orianna, Shockwave, Cho, Nautilus. There's a whole bunch of engaged tools on both sides, so it looks like once again a giant team fight comp for both of these. So we'll see once again who comes out early. That level 1 invade, we saw it game 1, game 2. Big question: will we see it on game 3?
That is the question, isn't it? I mean, we may not have seen.
Here.
We did basically see the level 1, I think, in game 2. I think that counts, right? Wasn't there, like,
Yes.
chaos?
It was a little bit of a late, not quite at that 30-second mark, but I think that was right at 1 minute. They kind of met and clashed and went back and forth there.
We'll count it. We'll count it. We have, of course, as I think I already mentioned briefly, we have swapped sides here for the third game, so that could play a role in determining any kind of early game strategy from either of these teams.
Yeah, once you get comfortable on one side and then switching it, regardless or not, even if you were, getting used to that, we just saw that game where, Dean just kind of like kicked off and everything like that, but now you're going to be looking opposite end of your map. So we'll see how that is a factor.
That's, of course, going to be the Amumu in the jungle here.
Jungle. Oh, Karthus support.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that means Karthus is not going in the jungle.
Interesting. I will say that. Very interesting pick here. Definitely with that wall of slow, can definitely hurt. You got the Skittles popping everywhere, but ultimately, especially with that pull from Nautilus, once he gets on that Karthus, there's not a lot of room to get away from either side. But with that Vayne, that Nautilus pairs really well. It has that CC, it has the tankiness that is allowed. So we'll see this bot lane exactly how focused both teams are on that.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I'm thinking about it right now here, Gitano, and I can kind of see the theory crafting, right? You've got Ashe, who has slows on her auto attacks, and you've got Karthus, who all he wants to do is land his Skittles, which is much easier to do if the enemy laners are slow. So I can kind of see it, I can kind of see what they want to go for. Vayne does have the tumble and try and get away from those skill shots. Nautilus, of course, pretty tanky, has his dredge line as well if he finds himself in a difficult situation.
Now, curious, usually this is LCS order, and we do have Karthus in the AD carry spot with Dean here. I'm wondering if this is a switch that will be happening, or if they're going to play it as this, and Karthus will be getting the farm, and of course Ashe will probably take Comet then and start volleying, trying to poke out the Vayne and the Nautilus.
I do think this makes more sense, actually. The Ashe just objectively has more utility than Karthus does. She slows with her auto attacks, Karthus slows with one of his abilities, so the Ashe is just going to be able to offer more straight up in a support capacity. And, we know that Karthus can scale extremely well if he is able to get kills, if he is able to have a strong early game and scale up accelerate his power curve there, then he can certainly be in a position to carry once again here, Dean, on the Karthus.
Yeah, like you just stated, that Karth is scaling up. Once you do hit that 30, 40 minutes, if that game comes to it, you hit the ult right before a fight, and there goes, a third of the team's health, which is drastically almost like an Elder Drake right there. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of a slower start, but with these teams, I would not put my house down on this. I think they're both going to be going in like crazy. Level one engages, I can see from both teams, depending on what skills they take, and we'll take a look at runes and masteries once we do get into game as well to see what exactly is going on. Uh, yeah, I have not seen Karthus 80 carry for quite a while, so it will be very interesting to see how this lane plays out.
Are you not a T1 fan? Tyler one.
It's
He pulls up the Karthus bot lane a fair amount over there, but
it's
yeah.
Tyler. None of us are as good as T1.
It should definitely be interesting. I will say, the Nocturne does feel pretty good into Karthus, right? Because you do have access to that spell shield, and the ultimate from Karthus obviously is extremely slow, is extremely telegraphed. So any Nocturne player worth their salt should be able to spell shield that one no problem. You do have a couple of other shields here for the side of Team Green as well, with the Orianna, with the Nautilus. They have some defensive capabilities as well for when that Kurth's ultimate is activated. But it will, of course, come down to gameplay. Vayne does not have those innate defenses. Orianna shields on Vayne potentially, but then Orianna can't shield herself. So there are absolutely win conditions here for both teams. I like what you said earlier about not feeling confident in betting either way. I definitely could see, avenues to victory for both of these squads.
Yeah, with this Nocturne I'm looking at too, if a Mumu goes in, Gnar goes in, who is going to be peeling Nocturne off the target? Raylan Soul with the stars running around is not going to have it. He can definitely spell shield and ult away. Card that doesn't provide any CC hard, and Ash Arrow at that short of range will be a half-second stun. So it'll be interesting to see if Nocturne does get fed and how he affects this backline. If they're going to play front to back, back to front, and who's exactly going to engage and peel in these team fights.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a fair amount of front line for both squads, and there's a lot of scaling as well. So it will come down to gameplay here. Gonna be an exciting one. Game 3, I Dream of Memes versus Checkmate here in the Team Gap Silver League. We have finished with the spectator delay, guys. We are going to be getting onto the Rift here for the deciding match between these two squads.
Yes, we will try to get game 3 predictions here. If we can get a mod to do that here in chat, and you can wager, all the way up to your future kids. Well, probably not, but the technology someday will be able to put down money.
You can
I don't know if we ever should, but
some Twitch points for posterity.
there we go. The Pumpkin Prince Amumu, another first that I have not seen, and that is a sad pumpkin.
Yeah, running the aftershock here on the Amumu. He's just trying to do that front lining for his bottom side. Trying to set up those kills for his teammates to knock him down. Pretty standard for the rest of these runes, I would say. It is the comment on the Ashe support, as you predicted there, Gitano. And electrocute once again for Now You See Me here in the mid lane.
Can't wait to see this Karthus Vayne matchup in the sports. It's another cleanse coming out from Vayne as well. Just not trying to get locked down by that Gnar and a Mumu. Definitely the Wombo combo there. A full stun duration from both can last anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds if they're putting that together, and that is more than enough time for someone to get 0 to 100. Gnar having that advantage in the top lane for Cho, but definitely you have to worry about that Nocturne as we saw that game one. He had a really good presence around the map, ulted frequently, got the ejective plays, and was just a menace. So surprising once again to see that come through.
Yeah, it is a little bit bold, I think, from the side of Team Green to just sort of allow that to be picked up here once again for Team... sorry, excuse me. Bold of Team Gray to allow Team Green to pick up the Nocturne again. So, you know, Arsenic Fox, I do expect him to have a strong performance once again here. He has some good lanes to work off of. Cho'Gath into Gnar. There's potential setup there. As well as the Nautilus. Primus down here could potentially be making something happen against these two squishy bot laners on the side of Team Gray.
We do have, oh, what is that? Yep, Dragon. I believe that, oh, never mind. All right, Ocean Dragon right away, so not going to be seeing that. Curious to see if there is a Fire Drake. You'd love to see it. Fortunately, it hasn't happened in the last 2 games, but maybe the third there will be. Spicy level 1s. Let's see exactly what happens.
I'm paused at 17 again here.
Oh, I am at 21. I will back up here to 17 to join you. All right, ready when you are.
Okay. 1, 2, go. 20, 21,
Yep.
22.
The Spice level 1 coming out here. Like you said before, switching sides. This is Gray going full bot lane right now.
Yeah, they are. They are going to run into a Nautilus, who is quite strong, level 1, but they have numbers in the area. See if Gray are able to make anything happen down here. Tri-brush.
Definitely being able to see his stars would be a dead giveaway if they do end up seeing something right away. Vayne and Nautilus being just outside of that tri-bush, so I don't believe anything will happen, but I have been wrong before.
Looks like a pretty quiet start here for game 3. Side of Team Gray, Team Checkmate, they're going to back away. Start over here on their own blue buff. You can see a little bit of nervousness. You know, Warlord checking the bush with the volley there on Mordecai with the ward over the wall. Thinking maybe Team Green is trying to be a little cheeky here, trying to steal away game 3 before it even begins. But nope, it's a pretty cautious start from both squads. It's going to be a blue buff for both junglers to open things up here.
Guessing that Nocturne would be looking bot, you know, level 3 buff. Look down there and hopefully get that Vayne just as fed as the last game, as we've seen that damage. On the opposite side, Mumu will be looking at that top lane. A nice early word from Cho'Gath. From previous experience, I think that'll expire around that 3-minute mark. And Karthus being left alone.
He's tumbling now. He's going to find a lot of damage here. Karthus able to get underneath the tower, not forced to burn any summoners just yet, but taking a lot of damage there was Dean just at minute 2 here. Already in a tough spot here in the laning phase against Vayne, who once again is in a position to do very well here. That's another dredge line connecting for Primus. We're going to see a lot of damage come down onto Warlord now. He's down below 50% as Exicadian. We didn't see anything level 1 here, Gitano, but both of these teams, you can tell, they're both ready to go. They're really trying to find advantages wherever they can here early on. That Rupture will connect. Cho'Gath doesn't have the damage just yet on Mordecai. Can't find the bandage toss, but the second charge will be able to get the CC down onto Exicadian. No follow-up from the mid laner just yet, though. We will see it continued farming for now.
Yeah, that Vayne Nautilus right now, those, you know, dredge lines hooking really, really well, and Ashe just being a little bit of delayed, helping out the jungler. Fly by the camps a little bit to help top your, you know, to help clear.
To pressure around mid lane here actually forces Exicadian completely out of the lane. Nocturne roaming over just to help out a little bit and make sure his mid laner is all right there. But on Mordecai, spending a lot of time here on the Amumu. So much time, so many attempts towards this Orianna right now. Nocturne will be pulling ahead in CS. Another dredge line from Primus. Ashe is still level 1. Fizz everywhere tumbling forward. Procs the PTA onto the Ashe there, barely staying alive. But Dean, one more Skittle, able to get a lot of return damage out there on the Karthus. Remember here, guys, Karthus is the carry. Ashe is just the support. That's a flash in. Primus looking for the kill, can't find it though. Warlord with the quick fingers, able to respond in time. Dean able to land another Skittle. He's ignited though here on the Karthus and the Condemned to get the dead body of the cart this away from him. Oh, Primus with another dredge line. He is just dialing these in. It's another double kill for the Vayne to start off game 3.
Deja vu again. The mastery is well coming out. It is no holds bar here. They are looking to fight, fight, fight with or without the jungler. We'll see if there is a quick take on Dragon. They are both low. They might be headed back here. Everyone's going to reset, grab the money, and come back. Orianna, really good trade here with Aurelion Soul.
Now you see me just wanted to stop the back, but he bit off a little bit more than he could chew there. Forced to flash away. Expecting Execadian here. Early on, the Orianna should have a little bit more DPS. Aurelion Soul does have the range advantage, but not by much. As Cho'Gath down a level up here in top lane. That is a gigantic wave that will be crashing from 8A Zen's there. Cho'Gath will be able to pick it up, no problem. Dragon is spawning now. And the bottom lane, obviously, of Team Green does have the advantage for the time being. So like you said, I do wonder if maybe we'll see an early move towards that objective.
Yeah, I'm thinking right now, as soon as Vayne gets back in lane, that directed camera will definitely pull us down there, and we'll see some more fights here. That very aggressive flash coming out from Primus here, just looking for that Ashe and punishing. Once again, bottom.
Trouble takes a tower shot as well. There's everywhere. Does have to tumble through the wall here, but only needs one more auto attack. Is going to land the condemn. Dean does not even have a chance here. Vayne is once again off to the races. 4-0 now. Fizzed everywhere. He's got to dodge the Skittles, but he will be able to do so. And it's going to be Vayne once again taking control here on Summoner's Rift.
Just this game could be that draft diff. It is definitely something that is a riskier pick. And Gnar Altbar,
level 6, has the big Gnar. Just needs to pull Windward Ocean back, and he is going to be able to secure this kill. Scoots him away, actually. Not really what 8A Zen's wanted to go for there. Really wanted to get the Cho'Gath farther away from the towers. Now you see me down here in bottom lane, but he's getting connected on the dredge line from Primus again. He secures a 5th kill for his AD carry.
Oh, just questioning this right now. You don't have the vision. They are not going to be close to death. You do not, you know, your Knight going down.
They are going to get the slows down onto Nocturne. Trying to get away now, but the bandage toss does connect. Another dredge line from Primus. He's buying the space for his jungler now. Primus just doing work for everybody in this one. He will sacrifice himself this time around, but still absolutely a worthwhile play from the Team Green support. Really showing his colors here in this one.
The plays and the fights are happening 24/7 here in bot lane. Gnar and Cho going back and forth here. Not a little bit of advantage for CS for Gnar, but Cho definitely holding up his own. Had to question that Gnar. Why didn't he fire back the Cho'Gath rather than trying to go for the long stun? But needless to say, it might work out for him here.
Oh, yeah, that's a beast is available for the Cho'Gath. He's running out of mana here. And Gnar, while he is Mega Form, definitely has the advantage in terms of raw stats.
My sphere of
Dragon going over here. To, wow, that switch, I was just going to say went over to Gray, but wait. Now I'm getting confused.
That is Gray, yeah. Gray's on red side. They did pick up the Ocean Dragon there first of the game for them. But Aurelion Soul here, the mid laner, he's down 30 CS and almost 2 levels here to the Orianna. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I believe Now You See Me was on the Aurelion Soul last game as well, was he not?
Yes, he was. Orianna be able to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge all the way through those.
Dredge line Primus, maybe a little bit aggressive this time, but Ashe is still only level 4. Almost able to pick up that kill, actually, but now Dean, he's got the return damage coming out here. Taking a lot from the Fizzed Everywhere right now, but no, Fizzed Everywhere wasn't looking at his own health bar, only that of his opponent. Almost got the kill onto Cardus there, but wasn't quite able to find it. Oh, another nice dredge line. Oh, and he survives. Primus is just playing out of his mind right now in game 3. I can't believe he survived that Aurelion Soul gank.
Yeah. 30 HP there left for Dean. Just a really good job. Another dredge line come out just to pique the interest. Nocturne coming in just to snake the kill, saying thanks for playing. I'll come again here probably in a couple of minutes. Mid lane looking to be the next thing that will be punished to Mumu and Aurelion Soul here.
Yeah, they're looking for Orianna now. Orianna is going to get locked up by the bandage toss here. She's finding herself very much outnumbered and is very much dead. Now you see me picking up the kill. Aurelion Soul should have an opportunity to catch up now.
Yeah, had the shockwave available, but unfortunately the chain CC was just too strong right there in order to get it. And Oriana pushing up, going for those, plates, and then all of a sudden came around and fizzed everywhere, just taking that advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to respect the Vayne so much already here, 9 minutes in. She's going to be just as strong as she was last game, despite the fact that she is now on the other team.
And has the farm as well.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
another point. The 2K goal
Another
lead right
dredge
now.
line. Ash is getting locked up here. Fist everywhere. He's looking for the tumble forward. Not going to be able to find it just yet. Dean is already getting a little bit threatening here on the Karthus as well. Does have level 6 now. Will have the ultimate available, but forced to flash away from another dredge line from Primus. Continues to pressure the enemy lane here very, very effectively on the Nautilus.
Yeah, definitely be a slower start here for Karthus. Doesn't go for the tier right away. We're going to see if they opt to just set or if they're going to be picking that up later. Oriana being a little far ahead, just about double TS.
Another dredge line. Primus is in there. He throws down the ultimate here as well. From the depths, he's going to lock down Dean. Karthus is down. Fizzed everywhere. Pop the final hour. He's tumbling forward. He's looking for more kills. He's able to pick up one onto Aurelion Soul. Now Warlord only level 5 Ash. He's running away from his tower. I don't think it really mattered either way. It's going to be a double kill for Fizzed everywhere on the Vayne. 7-1 now for Team Green 80 carry here. They're in full control. Coming through bot side here. 3,000 plus gold lead already for the Dreamers of Memes. And Oriana has picked up 3 turret plates by herself. And Amumu just wasted his flash, which was pretty unlucky.
Yeah, Oriana definitely just pushing in this lane, grabbing that advantage. CS-wise, really coming out ahead here. It's definitely going to be a major point once that mid to late game swing occurs, especially having that Vayne. That's another utility right there. Put the ball in her, grant her some stats, and watch her take care of herself there. Top lane, Gnar going in.
Gnar going in, but Nocturne is here for the counter gank. He's going to get the fear down on no Gnar available. It's already been used by A-Day Zens. He was not respecting the paranoia. The power of that Nocturne ultimate made that an easy win for the side of Team Green in that fight.
Yeah, Cho'Gath being a little bit down in CS, but Nocturne having that great vision awareness and being able to help out his team here. As soon as it's on cooldown, he's looking who's fighting, where can I go, where can I help out. Rift Herald not taken just yet. Timers clicking down on that if they want to grab 2 of them. Oriana doing a really good job, as you stated earlier, taking even more tower plates, gain that farm feed. Ash Herald, long distance downtown, unfortunately missing, and Mumu's looking there.
Yeah,
Karth
he's ready
is
to
coming up
follow
here.
He is going to be able to connect the bandage toss here, but the reinforcements are still a little ways away. Dean is here now. Oriana is going to get locked up, popped by the Skittle there. Exocadian maybe a little bit greedy, pushing that lane for so long without proper vision on the bottom side of the map there. Will go down. His team now in a 4v5, and Primus doesn't care. He's just going in anyway. Fizzed everywhere. He's trying to get the damage out, but he's literally in a 1v5. He's trying to outplay it. He's able to get one. Looking for more, but not going to be able to find any more than just the 1 kill. That is a little bit of gold going back into the pockets of Team Grey. They are going to be able to pick up this second dragon of the game here as well. And they still have some fight left in them. This one is not over yet, Gitano.
Yeah, they're looking for that Oriana TP right now. Did get a little bit of a wave, but they might be looking for something. Nocturnal just about ready to be up here in the next 10 seconds. A little bit of an overzealous play here by Nautilus going in. He did get a nice dredge line, the pop-up. I think he knocked up 4 players right there, but unfortunately just not enough. Vayne as far as ahead as she can. And 1v5.
The shockwave. There comes the paranoia now. Gotta get the ball on Nocturne. Oh, kind of whiffed the shockwave there, but didn't need it in the end. Arsenic was good for the kill. Able to pick up his third on the Nocturne again. We knew it already coming out of Champ Select. Gitano 3-0 on the Nocturne. Arsenic Fox knows exactly what he's doing here. Does get hit by a very nice arrow from Warlord, but it's really not gonna matter too much. He's able to steal away that blue buff. And
yeah.
Nocturne,
if I am Cho'Gath right now, I am just sticking around. I'm going to farm up. I'm not going to give too much away because as long as my team is doing fine, we're going to win the game. So I don't have to win lane, but we will end up winning the game. Orianna looking for that final tower here. We're going to see if she's being punished. Aurelion Sol looks like he's coming down pretty fast.
He is, but Orianna did back off in time this time around. Another dredge line from Primus. Locked up Dean here, tumbling forward. Fizzed everywhere. One more auto attack. He is able to find the kill. It's actually credit going over the Nautilus. Unfortunately, he's trying to get the damage down onto Warlord as well, but it's going to be another 2-for-1 in favor of Team Gray. They're also trying to chase down Acadian here in his own jungle. Bandage Trust not going to connect, though. So trying to go for just the red buff steal here instead. Acadian's still hanging around, so maybe has something to say about this. He's got a little bit more damage onto the Aurelion Sol, has the blast cone to keep himself safe. Nocturne is not going to mess with it. He doesn't have the ultimate available. He's just trying to cross map right now. Herald number 2 is alive on Morikia. Not in a position to contest right now if Nocturne does decide to start this one up.
Yeah, that was just Orianna holding her position, just giving that a little bit of a delay. Yes, he stole red buff, giving that information over Nocturne, as you stated too, just grabbing that. Rift-Herald, top lane being very, very low, as well as mid lane. We'll see what they opt and where they want to put it if they want to force something. Dragon not up for 2 minutes yet. Definitely something to hold. You can give it a Cho. Aurelion Sol jumping in here, trying to find something. It looks like the team's collapsing here.
That is going to be a test for second Rift Herald. It's down to 2,300 HP. Paranoia coming down now. Arsenic Fox already used the spell shield. Going to take the damage from the Karthus ultimate here on Morikia. Is in there as well, but a nice shockwave onto 2. Orianna gets a lot of damage out here. Mumu getting extremely low. Last hit picked up by Exacadia, Rift Herald still leashed. Will Nocturne turn back around to finish off this one? Nar is many. He has no energy. He's tired. He doesn't have any answer. It is ends. He's hopping away. He's trying to stay alive, but he's burning. He's burning down. The minion auto attacks. The Q from Arsenic Fox will secure the kill. 4-0 now on the Nocturne. The Dredgeline Primus gets paid as well. 3 kills going over to Team Green. They will be able to secure Shelly number 2 in the end as well. Is everywhere looking for the outplay. 1v2 down here on bot side. Has Blast Cone. Looking for it. Gonna tumble forward. Gonna look for Warlord here, but does have the final hour. Does have the shield bow as well. He's got it procking. He's got the damage. He's looking for it onto Warlord. He's able to find 1. And Dean has no mana. Dean can't cast a single spell. Fizz everywhere is gonna find 2 more. It's another double kill for the Vayne.
Oh, wow, what an outplay there by Fizzed Everywhere, just being patient, taking the time, and really kind of letting Karthus run out. Ash as well on the backside, just being an open target, splitting those, and then, unfortunately, Karthus not able to hit the Skittles. Wow, just what a play there. Dragon coming up here in less than a minute. We'll see exactly what happens here. A really escalation of plays here. By Dream of Memes, and we're gonna see exactly what happens if they're gonna keep pressing the advantage and keep forcing the fights, and if Checkmate can kind of back off and give a little bit of time. But the more time you waste, the bigger Vayne gets, so it's almost a very hard no-win situation it's looking like here.
Which Vayne do you think was stronger? Last game's Vayne at 17 minutes and 30 seconds, or this game's Vayne at 17 minutes and 30 seconds?
I think this game's Vayne is more patient. Definitely kind of, just waiting to have the opportunities. Last game's Vayne was definitely a flash forward aggression. I'm going to be in your face and there's nothing you can do about it. Both styles have merit, but it's ultimately how you play it at the end.
18-9 right now in kills. It would be Inferno Soul point. Oh, that's a Enchanted Crystal Arrow. We've got the Gnar going in here as well, but Arsenic Fox, he's going in with the Paranoia. He's trying to peel for the rest of his team. And Primus with a beautiful re-engage. They're able to get 2. But a lot of return damage coming out here from Team Gray as well. Ignited is Cho'Gath. He's trying to run a Ray Wade now, but the stars from Aurelion Sol will secure the kill. But on the backside, Fizzed everywhere. He's trying to fizz all over the enemy team, and he will be able to do so. It's another double kill. And it's going to be the soul stacking stopped by Team Green. They're able to pick up their first Infernal, and they're able to get a lot of damage on that top lane tier 2 as well.
With Infernal being the Soul Dragon as well, there's that much more pressure going to be on for that Vayne. So Vayne was not able to join that fight here for the first 5-10 seconds, but as soon as that fight kind of cleared out, it was really nice AoE. We saw the peel back for that Nocturne coming in. He did tank up a little bit, but he wasn't quite to get on his target. And then that massive AoE between Aurelion Sol, between Gnar, between Amumu almost took out the entire team. But as we know, that Vayne's just a little too big, and as soon as she got to that fight, it was another story.
And really, that's exactly how Vayne wants to play the fights. She wants everybody else to start it off, and then when all those cooldowns have been used, when everybody is distracted, that's when Vayne tumbles forward and kills everyone. But that's not what Vayne wants to do, is get caught out like this. But Arsenic Fox is once again ready to go with the paranoia. He's once again going to be feeling for his AD carry, and actually doing even more than that, as he solo kills the enemy support in the back line. Now Fizz Everywhere is going to be able to help clean it up. It's 3 more kills for the side of Team Green. They're looking for more as well. They're not done yet. That's a nice Gnar ultimate, but he didn't get Vayne. It's going to be a triple kill. Fizz Everywhere. He's tumbling forward. He's still looking for more on Moriki. He's trying to get away. The condemn is a little bit unfortunate. Can't get the crowd control there. Fizz Everywhere is going to get locked up by the bandage toss, but I don't think you really wanted to take that one on Moriki. You were out. You were out, Amumu, but I guess he would have just been too sad with none of his teammates still alive, so he wanted to join them. And it will be...
Somebody else has the gray screen. I need one.
Yep. He was a little bit of FOMO there for the sad mummy, but he was able to join his teammates in Valhalla. But it did mean that more gold went over. Oh, Execadian maybe in some trouble here, but Primus is around. And you know what that means? The rest of his teammates are safe because Primus is going to do Primus things. And he will sacrifice himself for his mid laner. And it will be completely worth it. Once again, well played by the Team Green support.
Yeah, definitely acknowledging, hey, my life for yours is definitely a trade I want there. Just wow. Just 2 abilities there, taking a lot of health by Dean here. We didn't quite see it because all the action was going on, but Cho'Gath was top, unleashed that Herald, and took a lot of towers from up top. So that put him in a really nice spot. 3, 1, and 4 right now. A little bit over. Looks like
final hour, Fizz Everywhere. Oh, Ash, you're only a support. Oh god, that was really gruesome.
11k difference of gold here right now. It looks like that past game just kind of flip reverse right now. Same side, but different team. Orianna doing a really good job of using her ball and just poking out a little bit. Amumu almost finding the target. Nice shockwave.
I was waiting for it from Execadian. Here comes the depth charge as well. Primus going to knock him up, and it's going to be Primus knocking him down as well. What can't this man do? He's walking away now. We're going to be sieging the mid lane tier 3. Execadian on this Orianna has so much damage. Arsenic Fox going in with paranoia. Karthus trying to retreat, but he's not going to be able to escape. The nightmare never ends for Team Gray. It will be Nocturne going down. An arrow in the back from Ashe. And now Windward Ocean taking a tower shot. He will fall as well. It's a shutdown for the Ashe, but it's only an Ashe support. But that's a big shutdown. Execadian lost a bunch of Magi stacks from that one. Now you see me trying to get some more as well here. Not going to be able to find it. It will be Fizzed Everywhere on the Vayne, backing off in time. He will take that top lane tier 3 as well as the enemy red buff. He will sacrifice the lives of his teammates in exchange for furthering his own lead. What's this? He's getting caught out a little bit. The volley connects. He gets the kill. He's got the shield bow proc. He's got the lifesteal. Vayne, Fist Everywhere. Look at the moves. He's got another double kill on the Vayne on Moriki. Oh, he tumbles away from the bandage toss. It's going to be the solo pentakill for Vayne. He's got more auto attacks. Oh, no, he does barely get shut down in the end. A triple kill. I thought for sure it was going to be a solo pentakill for Fist Everywhere.
Yeah, on him right now, just putting on the moves. You love to see the great Vayne mechanics there. Just without that Karthus ult, I think that could have potentially been a solo penta right there. You love to see it.
Yeah, it was close. I was sold. I thought it was coming, but no.
I bought my tickets already.
There was enough DPS, just barely, from the Amumu to help secure that kill right before he went down. We are going to have the 4th dragon of the game spawning onto the rift right now. Would be Infernal Soul Point. Once again, of course, if Team Green were able to pick it up, but River Control currently held very securely by Team Green, and Warlord wanted to get some vision, but no, sir, I'm sorry, that's not allowed. He will just go down for nothing. And we've got a teleport coming through here as well. It's going to be Nard joining the party. 8 days in, so to make something happen here. He's going to find Nautilus. Primus is going down, but Nocturne into the back line. He's picked up Dean on the carts once again. Has gone down. The Karthus ultimate, it's not available. I think it was used improperly as he just went down. He didn't get that damage off here, Gitano. It's going to be another wipe for Team Green. 39-19 now. The gold lead is getting a little bit obscene.
Yeah, it's, you know, you had originally you had your Ashcot out, something to give away. It's not your Soul Point Dragon. Don't go in there, and then all of a sudden you start giving away more stuff. You got Vayne here knocking down the inhibitor. You got the other team knocking down the next one mid, and then Baron's up as well. Timers are still relatively low underneath that 25-minute mark, but you know, from here on out, it's going to be a good 20-30 seconds, and as we've seen before, this Vayne will definitely knock out that damage. So definitely, caught out by Vayne here.
Fist everywhere is caught up. It had the flash, gets over the wall. Safe for now. Karthus ultimate almost off cooldown. It is available now. The Requiem for CMD. Will he decide to commit it? He's still continuing the chase for now. He's trying to find these members. Getting knocked up by the Rupture, though, and a lot of damage coming out from Executing. He lost those Medjai stacks, but he got him back. No problem. Here comes the Requiem, but it's not going to be enough to steal the kill. But the Black Bandage toss from Meraki. He's able to pick up one. Execadian, the mid laner, is the first to go down. The second charge from Meraki locks up another one. They've got two now. Team Great. They're trying to make a comeback, but it's going to be the Beast. And look at Fizz everywhere. Look at this bait on the backside. He's still alive. He's tumbling forward now. Ash is in some trouble. It's only Ash and Gnar still alive. Gnar does have the knockback into the wall. Vayne has been shut down by the Karthus. We got a 1v1 now between Nocturne and Gnar. Who will win? We've got the boulder toss coming in there. Nocturne in some trouble. Gnar's going to pick this one up. He has got another one. Will the fear come through? It will. Arsenic Fox. No, the boomerang. The shutdown is good for AD Zens. It's going to be a 5-for-4, 9 players dead on the Rift, and this game isn't over yet.
Meanwhile, at the base, you see a whole bunch of super minions here just knocking at the towers. Cool Guys doesn't look at explosions by Gnar, just throwing out that last boomerang, barely clipping that doctor. Baron not taken here yet. They are both kind of looking around and scouting out that area. Vayne on the back end, she did have that immortal shield bow to protect her from that Karthus ult, and I think they were not quite calculating that into a really nice, almost double A's for both teams here, back and forth. Barely Gnar getting the best out of that. So a nice restart. Unfortunately, a little bit of base damage taken here by Gray. So we'll see if another one of those happens here at Baron. You do see Aurelion Sol bot lane, but definitely can get there really quickly as he can soar over everything. I don't think there's a lot of
He's gonna have
vision.
to make his way over there right now. Gitano, Cho'Gath has ultimate. This Baron is about to be Void Monster food, and he will secure it. Cho'Gath gets a little bit bigger, and there's only one inhibitor left for Team Grey.
Cho'Gath on 10 stacks right now. Nothing to joke around about. You can see him clearly towering over this game as it goes later and later. You know, I Dream of Memes is going to be stacking that much harder. So we're going to see them go bot lane here, let the super minions push as they want, and then make the decision on Gray here. Will you come after us, or will you save your base?
Yeah, the scaling might be just a little bit too much here at this point on the side of Team Green. The walls may be a little bit too heavy. Karthus does scale extremely effectively as well, but he's easily 2 levels down, 3 levels down actually, to Fizzed Everywhere here on the Vayne. So he is not going to be having the kind of damage output that he would want at this point. As we are laying siege to bot lane tier 3. Now you see he's coming in. That's the flash away from Executing. Dodges away from the Gnar ultimate. There it is. CC coming down onto Cho'Gath. Fizz Everywhere is locked up as well. He's getting dogpiled on by all of these Team Grey members, but it doesn't matter. He's able to pick up one. He's tumbling forward. Oh, it's absolute decimation. It's a slaughter, Gitano. And Team Green are the ones doing the murdering. It's everybody dead on the side of Team Grey, and it's going to be Team Green taking the match tonight and moving forward, keeping hold of first place here in the Silver League.
Yeah, definitely a solid statement here being made. A little bit of a quirky shutdown here by Karthus, but definitely we are here, and this is why we are number 1. Double inhib explosion, possibly coming out with that sprint. Unfortunately not, but what a game here. just a barn burner for a little bit there, and then all of a sudden Vayne just picks up. Uh, wow, just 29-6. Let's look at that damage here. Again, Vayne hitting around that 40. Karthus as well, really good numbers over there, hitting 37. Really keeping up with that. So
Yeah.
as far as the pick goes, great, but the Ash on the back end of it, I think, was um, you know, good in theory, but unfortunately just not quite having the effect that they wanted.
I mean, honestly, to me, if you ask me, man, that game 3 was just Primus diff. Like,
Yeah.
if Vayne doesn't get fed like that, if Nautilus doesn't land like 6 or 7 dredge lines in a row in the first like 5 minutes of the game, that was just absolute bot lane kingdom from Team Green that game. Again, I was theory crafting. I was trying to make the Karthus Ash lane work in the champ select phase. I can see how maybe it could be good, but it certainly didn't work out for him this time around. And you have to imagine, man, imagine if Karthus wasn't so far behind. He was that far behind, and he was still so close to Vayne's total damage for that game. But it didn't matter in the end. It was Team Green. They had everything they needed to close that one out.
Yeah, that first 2 minutes into that game really kind of, you did see Ash just hold back a little bit and not quite join Dean in lane right away, and that really hurt because that dredge line has been in, and Primus definitely on point there with those with that big anchor. How can he miss? It looks like he's shooting a you know small little
It's
tennis
point and
ball
click,
into a
right?
big giant pool. Basically, that's what it looked like the entire game. That first pull sent Dean way far back, and as soon as he backed up, then Warlord came up, and then all of a sudden another dredge line hit, and now you have Vayne able to free farm. MVP vote. Who are you giving this to?
Me personally,
Yes. Who are you
uh,
pulling for?
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I mean, if we think back to game 1, it was Windward Ocean, right, on the Volibear. He was
Yes.
doing great in top lane. He was frontlining. He was setting up objectives. He was grouping when he needed to. He was split pushing when he needed to. He was doing so much work. And he did good on the Cho'Gath here in Game 3 as well, but really, I mean, it was all about bot lane. Fizzed Everywhere had such a strong performance, especially when you take into consideration the fact that Dean was the one popping off on Vayne in Game number 2 there. Fizzed Everywhere with a huge statement, like you said, here in Game number 3. Really showing up there for his team. And, Primus, as well, as I already said, was doing so much work there in that third game. And Arsenic Fox, as well, was so consistent. Both of those games on Nocturne were so strong, really. Was facilitating a lot of these positive plays here as well. So it's a tough decision here, Gitano. But, I mean, I guess I would go with Primus if I had to choose one. But it's not an easy choice.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument to be made across the board here. Oriana doing really well, just kind of muscling out everyone there. Had the great Azir game as well.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of everything kind of going on here. As you said, Arsenic Fox as well, just being able to be that secure point 2 Nocturne games in a row where it's just madness and terror that he's actually inflicting, literally and figuratively on the team. As far as Windward as well. That volley bear was immaculate, to that set pick, kind of being down and, that matchup per se of the back and forth. And then, like you said, a really, really good Cho game here. Just solid, taking it easy, nice pace, and then being, where he needed to be for his team for those fights. And then, of course, Primus, the point and clicks, doesn't matter what he's playing. That's kind of the point of it. He's going to get in and get out, and you're not going to know exactly what happened. But I had to throw it to Fizzed Everywhere. Just the dance moves coming out, the ability to, you know, really have that confidence to, 1v2, 1v3, and, kind of throw caution to the wind in a good way.
Is the MVP vote up in the Twitch chat
It
now?
is.
We're voting on it. Okay.
Yes.
Let me know the results of that one as soon as you have them there, Gitano.
I don't know if it's not finalized, but right now it's looking
Right.
like Fizzed Everywhere, with a 4 vote where everyone else has 1. We could always see a super upset swing, but until it is closed, that is what we're looking at. So, and then I believe playoffs are coming up here soon. Can't wait. And your MVP is Fizzed Everywhere. Can confirm. And we will pull him up for an interview here shortly.
Absolutely, we are going to work on that. Oh, very nice. We got him here. Fizzed everywhere. Is that you here?
Yeah.
Very nice. Congratulations on your victory tonight, my friends. Excellent play down there on the Vayne in Game 3. Maybe we should start there, right? So, Game 2, obviously, the Vayne was on the other foot. But, talk to me about that transition between Game 2 and Game 3 and how you ended up with that dominant performance here in the critical match.
I just turned my brain off game 2. I played like a Iron 3 player and it's lit. Um, no, it's just mental reset, pick blue side, give me Vayne. It's a wrap. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. We just mental reset. Primus played some the final countdown for us. Easy clap.
Nice.
It was nice. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Just mental reset after that, losing a nice little 5v4. They honestly probably should have waited the extra 10 seconds and just FF'd, but whatever. We take those, I guess. Good for my ego.
All right, Gitano, what do you got? Get in there.
Perfect. Game 3, you see the Karthus Ash coming out. What is your mental state in that, and what did you think going into that lane?
I was very excited. I
As
couldn't think of
you
some
should
dumber
be.
shit to play.
I mean, after some final countdown, how could you not be excited?
Exactly, dude. No, I don't know. The Karthus did actually surprising amount of damage, but the Ash pick, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah,
With
we just got Primus
playoffs
on the
around the
classic
corner.
Nautilus, and it was just easy from there.
Perfect. Playoffs around the corner. Who are you kind of most intrigued with? Who are you looking for? Your strategy going in? Thoughts, comments, concerns, trash talking, anything like that?
Get Vayne win game.
All right, there we go.
Apparently.
There's the mental. 100% win rate. Get Vayne win game. Easy.
Perfect.
Aside from that, I'm excited to play against Rylan again. Get the next Caitlyn Vayne matchup, dude. It's time.
Yeah, I mean, in kind of a similar vein here, man. You guys meaning Team Green, you are in first place right now, during the regular season. How close are we to playoffs again, guys? Help me out here.
I believe next week, it's either next week or the week after that we are going to be
Okay.
starting playoffs.
Definitely coming up on those pretty fast here, but it looks like after tonight here, Fizzed Everywhere, you guys are going to be holding on to first place most likely. So as you were kind of going, I want you to cast your mind back to the beginning of the season. What were kind of your expectations as you were getting started here, as you guys were setting out together as a team, and how have you met or not met those expectations here as we come to the end of the regular season?
Um, we just wanted to work on like being aggressive and playing for our stronger sides, something like that. And I think our junglers actually improved quite a bit. Um, Primus is just the steady mental that we need, and we just went from there. Steady mental, play for strong side, and stop inting. So that's the main thing. Keep it simple.
Well, it definitely seems to be working for you. Gitano, you got something else for us?
Looks like we confirmed 2 weeks for that playoff, and it looks like if I'm looking at here, green is now tied with red. Christmas colors, woohoo, for first place. So it's what we're looking at right now, but not finalized. We still have 2 more weeks, like we said. Really great game. Can't wait to see you guys in playoffs, and really excited to see Vayne again. I'm sure it will be banned, but if
Yeah, I
not,
don't think we'll
definitely
see Vayne
first
again after that. I don't
first
know.
pick it.
Only by
Hopefully the
red
rest
side.
of the league. Yeah. So well, perfect. Great game. Great to watch it. Love to see it. Like I said, excited for playoffs.
Yeah, thanks for the cast, guys. Take care.
Not a problem.
Our pleasure. Thank you for the interview, my friend. Appreciate that as well. Oh, guys, that is pretty much everything that we had planned here for the Team Gap League tonight. We are going to have some more action tomorrow, I believe. Is that correct, Gitano? I believe there is a match scheduled for tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me take a quick look here.
if Showdown announcements are correct, then we're going to have Team Silver going against Team Gray tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Assuming Showdown announcements are correct.
Oh no, that was tonight's actually. So
Tonight's was Green versus Gray.
am I? Oh boy, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, that's what it says. Tonight's green versus gray Monday. Oh,
Right.
never mind. I see what you're.
Tomorrow is
I
not
can't read.
that.
Yes, we do have one tomorrow. So stick around and purple versus gray. Yes.
Yeah, gonna have some more action for you guys very soon, so stay tuned for that one. And like we mentioned already, playoffs are right around the corner, so lots more team gap action coming for you guys. Do not want to miss it. But for tonight, from myself, from Crewman, from Gitano here, from the entire Team Gap production team, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate y'all very much. We love you guys, and stay safe. Have a great night. This is Crewman signing off.